Hello, everyone. It's another awesome week of everyone who loves wrestling. I'm Dante Suave, and this is Wrestling Kingdom. And here's Tasha Jones. I guess everybody can hit her up in the comments, and even though her birthday's not until Tuesday, go ahead and wish her a happy birthday.
No, thank you.
All right. All right. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Interesting week. As
Was
you
it?
as usual, I'm
Yeah.
always doing I'm always doing my show when I'm in the middle of doing my show when Raw comes on, so I don't watch it until after. So, all right, so Seth comes out
Mm-hmm.
and he has a message for Paul. And
Hmm.
Paul looks like he's been on a bender. He
Yeah,
got
he playing his part.
yeah, I mean, you got beat up last week. At this point, you come out looking like you did. You were so depressed. You just been on a drinking bender or some type of high fulfilled bender since last week,
Hmm.
and haven't hardly slept. And it's sad that he he's starting to come out more now. I'm starting to see more of the Paul I know now, which is bad for everyone not named Brock Lesnar. It's bad for everybody not named Brock Lesnar. And even he should have a level of you remember what Paul's like when he gets like this. What were your thoughts on what happened Monday before we get to the shocking part that I have a question for you because I definitely had a question, especially when they re-showed it on SmackDown, and I thought I saw what I saw, but when they did the replay and I saw what I saw, I was like, okay, I'm not tripping. I saw what I saw.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of the whole sequence? What do you think of this whole sequence of him bringing out all the distractions?
I think that trying to think how I could put this. If he was going to stay in the ring, then what was the distractions for? Um, but I do know that. I mean, I guess because when Brock came out, he had to have somebody get beat up because he can't be touched right now. I mean, I wish they just kind of tie it up because I'm just ready for it to be tied up. Get it over with. Done.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. So him and Paul are talking, and then Brock comes out. I was not shocked at that part. I
I wasn't even.
I totally expected that Paul was going to bring somebody out, and he had to bring somebody out since he couldn't bring out the Bronze. Obviously,
Hmm.
Brock Lesnar is the next obvious choice. And Brock comes out and he starts doing what he does to all of the distractors. The whole time I'm looking at Seth and I'm like,
Yeah, he ain't moving.
why is he not moving?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know what Brock is capable of, and yet not only was Seth in the ring, he was smiling.
Yeah.
So he knew
Something was going to
it,
happen.
it it was like he knew what was about to happen.
Hmm.
And my question was when you originally saw it, because you watched it, did you watch it Monday night? So what were your thoughts the whole time he's standing in the ring in the corner with a smile on his face?
Um, like I said, I had a feeling he knew somebody was going to come out. Kind of expect Oba, but
And
kind of like, because it was reports that Brock said he didn't want to lose until his retirement match. But then I heard other reports saying that he's willing to, lose. And if he did not lose for Oba, then I don't think it would have been a good look for Oba's, all out career.
Right.
But yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what I was thinking. He was thinking, but I think he was thinking that, of course somebody gonna come out. He knew about it, but I didn't. I don't think he thought it would be Oprah. I don't know who he thought
Well,
it would have been.
well, therein lies the question. Seth is smiling. The
Yeah.
history of Seth, if Seth is smiling, that means not only does he knows what's about to happen, but he knows why it's about to happen. And
Hmm.
now that is my question to you. Do you think he, quote unquote, since you're talking about tying everything up in a bow,
Hmm.
the way everything looked, do you think he set up for Oba to come out? To me, that would help everything make sense or tie it up in a bow. Because other
Hmm.
than that, it's like
That makes sense.
it's like, okay, now if you knew nothing about it, then why were you sitting in the corner smiling?
Yeah. And then
What
distracted him when Oba did the fall from grace.
right. It
Do you
it
think that like after Seth is like truly cleared that he can have a match with Brock? Do you think they setting up that story?
I hope not.
Not at WrestleMania, but I'm just saying,
I hope not, period. I for the
touche.
sake of his career,
Mm-hmm.
and we know how Brock likes to go rogue. No, he is the person that I always thought that he would be. Like I've always
Mm-hmm.
told you, out of everybody in the Shield, I knew he was my. I'm like people that are gonna get over and that are gonna do a lot of things in the WWE. No offense to Roman, his was forced, and you can argue with me it to the cows come home. But out of the three people in the Shield, not saying that Roman couldn't go places, he wasn't gonna do more than Seth technically. To me,
Mm-hmm.
there was just
You're right.
something about Seth
You're
and
right.
something about Dean that just screamed they're getting a huge push. To me, that whole tribal chief thing with Roman,
Mm-hmm.
it would have gone better had it been Seth. And part of the reason, the first immediate reason, there's no family lineage. People would have gravitated to it more. Even if they didn't like everything he did, they would have gravitated to it more.
At that time, he was doing that Monday Night Messiah.
Right. And that's what they could have, matter of fact, that's what they could have used. If that whole thing with the Messiah, he would have had people that loved him, he would have had people that hated him. And they could have had that and made that work, and then they wouldn't have had to worry about the little family ties and all that stuff. Because essentially what happened with the bloodline essentially happened when he was the Messiah. They just didn't give him that long of a run. He was treating people with indifference. Now, granted, he wasn't actually wrestling them and making them make a decision, but he was putting them in that kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then me knowing what I know about Stephanie and Triple H, I knew that was only going to go so far before they went. Now, wait a minute. Now I am who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get to where I am to have somebody think that they're gonna come at me. I Yes, I did that to Vince, but I'm me. You're not gonna do to me what I did to Vince. You're not doing that. That's not happening here. So that's Triple H's character. Triple H is not gonna roll over. At the end of the day, Triple H is he's just not gonna do it. That's why it made it seem so surreal all those times when Kevin and X Pac and Scott Hall came at him, questioning his loyalty to them and everything. It's like this seems like such a real conversation between them. This doesn't just
Mm-hmm.
seem like something that they made up. It's
Right.
like this seemed like this was a real conversation. It's like I thought you knew because we was boys. You knew I was coming back. I thought you was gonna take care of me.
Right.
And Triple H like, hey man, I got a job to do. My job is above our friendship. Sorry. It's like you changed, man. You became everything you fought against. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens
Marry the boss.
when that money start talking and you become the boss. Yes, you got to make some real life decisions, and those things get real.
But they say you pay the cost to be the boss.
Right. So and that comes on more levels than people tend to realize for real. So yeah, so obviously Oba comes out, and Oba, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you that he can't lose to Brock because the fan base, they they want to buy in.
Yeah. And if they
It
pushing him as hard as they are, then he don't need
and
to lose.
but this is going to create some real questions. It's like you can't have him having the level of godlike reaction and not put the belt on him. You can't do it. I understand
Eventually.
the reasons where you may logically make it make sense of why you're gonna do it, seniority being part of it. I I get it, but you want to cash in on what he's doing right now. So if you could figure out a way to cash in on it and yet slow build him up to the title, okay. But the writers, everybody better be on the same page. He better be on the same page. And you better figure out a way to make it work. And it's going to be hard because how many big men do they have right now? All the big men are like taken up in somewhere. As much as I like Eric Rowan, no, you can't run anything with him. The War Raiders have disappeared.
They're in AAA.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not in the WWE. He needs somebody on Raw right now.
Technically they but I get you, Drew.
But when's the last time we seen him on Raw?
When Oba destroyed.
Right. And then what was the last time before that? But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like,
No, you're
oh.
right. You're right.
It's like I'm like that's why when they all of a sudden showed up and they was gonna be on the show next week, I'm like, where the hell they been? like you just put them on the show and they're taking on, oh, what? What are we doing?
Hmm.
It's like there's no build up, nothing to make it make sense. It's like why of all people, why are they going against Oba in a handicap match? Which automatically tells me, because I know you just put Oba on the show, that means that he's about to run roughshod through them. Why do I even want to see that match? You literally told me by setting up the match, and I haven't seen them in Lord knows how long, what's about to happen to them. And even watching it, Oba made it look way worse than I immediately imagined. But
Hmm.
still, it just and the only reason I say that is because I thought that maybe because they were the War Raiders and they had earned their spot, that they would at least let them put up a fight instead of going in there saying, all right, here's what's about to happen. Match is going to take about 5 seconds, and he's about to run rush shot through y'all. I don't
But
know if I,
the thing is, Oba credits Ivar for helping him. So,
and even if I respect that, I personally feel like the War Raiders deserved better than that. It just that should have that they deserved better than that. I'm sorry. Now, if they were some people trying to come up, like a lot of these people that we be seeing on AEW, okay, it makes sense. But the size of Oba, I understand why you didn't put somebody like that in a match with Oba, because even if they know what's coming, that's gonna hurt coming from Oba.
mm-hmm.
So, but bottom line, Paul looked like once again he should have been in the SNL commercial for "Oops, I Cracked My Pants." and and of course Brock was shocked. And I love how Michael Cole and them have
Yeah,
convenient amnesia. It's like, oh my God, I've never seen anybody do this to Brock Lesnar. Yes, you have. I can name the two people that you saw that it happened to. When Paul turned on Brock with the Big
Big
Show,
Show.
boom,
Hmm.
and then when Goldberg showed up, when Goldberg showed up, and they had that little trilogy.
Hmm.
It's like, you know, and then they had one of the worst matches. I will agree that they had
Oh,
one of the worst matches at WrestleMania. When you're in there with Stone Cold and he's a special guest referee and he's looking at you saying, make a move.
at the time, I think they were both bitter because they were both leaving, and the audience was like, you know what? So,
Well, I mean, we had always wanted it. And as Goldberg had said, he had always heard that Brock had something to say about him. So he was all dialed in. He was ready to go. And Brock seemed to be the one that was like being apprehensive. It's like, which the more I think about it, if you got two people with a reputation of being stiff, it's one thing when you the one doing it, and it's another thing when you look over on the other side and you're about to be getting it.
hmm.
So I get it. Um, but yeah, so let's uh let's keep it moving. Obviously, they did a Uso Punk recap. And then we finally had the match we had finally been waiting for, and of course it had to get ruined. For me, it got ruined. I wanted to see the original El Grande versus El Grande 2.0. I just want
Oh,
them.
that's gonna happen. That's
No,
gonna happen.
no outside
It is.
interference.
No,
Just
I
them.
mean, and because they've been beefing in AAA too,
Right.
so it's
So
probably. I don't know if it's gonna happen in the Raw aspect of things, but maybe in the AAA
right.
aspect of things.
So I I need Rio and Bravo to just be who
To
they
be
actually are.
to be Pete and Tyler.
Yeah. I just I mean it's a good way to stay employed. I respect it, but the level of who they are
I'm gonna have to watch this later. This Jacob Fatu interview, but
at
yeah,
who they are as wrestlers deserve better than being Rio and Bravo. I'm sorry. I just they do. They
preaching to
do.
the choir. Preaching to the
So
choir.
so Roman arrives and spoke to the Usos and his cousins about Punk.
Uh-huh.
So that conversation, they might be. Do you think that they're kind of feeding the possibility of the rumor that I told you about that I saw online that there may be a reunion? But the problem is with what's going on elsewhere, could this be a bigger reunion than even they predicted, which would be bad for the WWE?
Why?
Well, it's one thing to have a reunion of Roman, Jay, Jimmy, but then you go Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Solo.
No, no.
Well, the door is looking open to the prediction that
I can see Jacob, but not so.
yeah, well, we also watched Solo say that he would never ever do it, and then the next thing we knew, he showed up on SmackDown attacking people. I, and he looked like he about to lose his family. So
That's on him.
yeah, yeah, that's on him. Just like it was on him when he thought that he was gonna run roughshod through NXT, and he said he was gonna do everything on his own, and then he found out that trying to do stuff on your own gets you jumped. It just I'm just saying the reunion may bring other players, and then the next thing you know, we're looking at the Don Callis of the WWE. We got everybody and their mama that's a Samoan. in the revamped bloodline.
Mm,
I
mm,
mean, I mean, since people are taking people's bits, it would not surprise me at all if they turned around just to try to make fun of the Don Callis family, and they used Roman to do it. And it's like, hey Roman, you got all these family members. Why don't we bring all of them together? And then you could throw Nia over there, which means you bring in the bougie bully. And then when Naomi comes back, of course she would Jimmy. That's her man. So then you throw her in there. It's like you got this big unnecessary family, and they're and then you sit up there
mm.
and you have one of them sitting in the back talking to the people on camera while a bunch of them is while Tala and somebody else is beating up people in the background in the locker room.
No.
You can pick any three.
Yeah.
But have all right, who would be the Josh Alexander of that clique? Um, you can have Jimmy. You can have Jimmy talking in the camera. You can have Jimmy talking in the camera. While while Tyler and maybe either JC
Hey,
Mateo or
why
or
can't
or
Jacob? It be Jacob.
because Jacob would probably be beating people down with Tyler.
Mm,
It's like
I don't see it.
beating people down, doing this little boogeyman dance. It's like
Yeah. I don't I don't see the vision. I don't see the vision.
you don't want to see the vision, and I understand
I
why,
don't
and
see it.
and I'm dreading that vision. I'm sitting up here presenting the vision, and I'm like, oh God, no. It's like, but stranger things have happened. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's get back on track. So they Finn and Judgment Day, they do a recap, and then
Mm,
Liv has a lot to say to Finn.
mm,
And now it's definitely sounding like what you said. I think what it was they changed their mind about completely doing it. So they figured out a way to make it happen,
mm,
but yet not completely do it that way. Because I still say, you break that up, what's going to happen with Dom? Do they trust Raquel? And then what's going to happen with JD? Because remember, last time, uh, um, the last few times that they tried to run JD since he left the NXT UK, and Raquel kept staying injured too much. So that'll be an open door to, and your release. Roxanne, they could definitely do something with Roxanne. They can always do something with Liv. She proved that she could be something by herself. So her and Roxanne, so they would be safe to me.
yeah.
Liv
Trick.
being Liv being the safer of the two.
I think Dom, like he'll be there, but he's mostly in AAA because of the championship there.
and I and that I think helps him stay stay relevant, especially while trying to stay away from the lineage of his actual dad.
Which is very funny because Ray does commentary for Triple A. Ah,
Oh,
him, JBL, and Corey Graves.
yeah.
He's
I
not
have watched
touching.
it a few times, and I have
Yeah.
heard him on there, and it's like
Mhm.
that's not awkward at all.
Mhm.
Not at all. Not just a little bit.
I
But he's a
mean, but
professional,
he's technically not there. He's uh I think they're like in a booth
right?
because they got the Spanish commentators there. So.
yeah, but Liv talked about how she orchestrated everything, and now JD is free of Finn, and Dom is going to take out Penta, and Raquel is going to take out Stephanie, um, and the Judgment Day is just going to be great. I put
He
it
was
the
Dan How he was Danhausen's.
Yeah, and then they did a Dom recap, and then Jay asked Roman why he let Punk talk about his dad like that last week, and then Roman reminds them of their father's path and the difference between his father's path and the path that he chose. And his path that he chose is he is a father first. So he's not
Mm-hmm.
worried about what anybody has to say about the fact that he's not there all the time. And um he don't need the apology. Everybody else wants Punk's apology. He could care less about it, because he knows why he's doing what he's doing. And that's all that matters.
Side note, I was listening to clips of Rikishi because he got a podcast or whatever.
Okay.
I don't watch it much because to me, all he talks about is the bloodline and that's it. But anyway, um, he said, "Yeah, CM Punk bringing up my uncle. I'm gonna just let Roman handle that, and that's all I got to say about that." And I'm like, "Bruh, come, it's a story." And
Well,
he got,
so the one thing that I will give him, you have people that are open with breaking kayfabe, and you have people that are not. And it's
I know, I
definitely
understand that.
clear that Rikishi, and it's helping him stay relevant, he's not breaking kayfabe. So, although me and you talked about it, even if I know it's scripted, I, I, hmm, I couldn't do it. It's like,
But they also said that Roman was supposed to bring up Larry, but they scrapped that. So I'm like, I mean, but there's still time. He's supposed to be there tomorrow. So,
yeah, yeah. And that was probably more for AJ than Punk.
oh,
I could see that being more for AJ than Punk, because if
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
Punk might have said, "Well, I brought up your dad. I brought up your dad, so it's okay for me to bring up Larry, and it's okay for you to bring up Larry. I brought up your dad. It's okay for you to bring up Larry." And then he got to go home and tell the wife. It's
Hmm.
like, yeah,
And she was like, nope, we ain't doing that.
yeah, that's what. Like, you gonna do what?
You can, you're gonna use something else.
Like, that. Oh no, that new. Like, am I gonna be involved in the storyline?
Hmm. Well, he did
No.
bring. I know we jumping. I'm jumping ahead, but he did bring her up. So
Yeah, he did bring her up, but it's a old, not very true statement. We'll go further into that because I heard him when he said it, and I went, "Wait, what? Huh? No, oh, okay. I mean, that was a good attempt, but no." Um, and I'll go into why I thought that later. But so, but I also respect the fact that Roman um values being a father, to the point to where he's like, yeah, I'll still work here, but y'all gonna have to let me do my fatherly duties. And he has so much respect but yeah. So we get to the part of a very awesome match. Bailey and AJ Lee. That was
oh my God, that was so entertaining.
yeah, that match was off the chain, but now am I about to see a reemergence of Crazy Bailey?
Maybe.
And is Lyra going to go with her, or is she going to turn on Lyra?
No, I don't know because they are trying
Because
to go for the tag titles now.
yeah, because Lyra still has her back. So I
Hmm.
could very much see like, hey, uh, and then maybe have Lyra like be conflicted about it,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, yeah, I got your back, Bailey.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's go take out the irresistible forces with our craziness.
Hmm.
We're gonna need some craziness to be able to take out them big big skyscrapers. So
Hmm.
JD argues with Pierce because Dom isn't medically cleared, so they can't go for the tag titles. Penta interrupts him on the way, which I like Penta, but sometimes he just knows how to bring unwarranted attention to himself. And
You know who gonna call him out on AAA? El
who
Hijo del Vikingo. El Hijo del Vikingo.
which my thing is what's the motive behind him calling people out? Because is he calling people out because they're actually gonna have a match that he actually has a shot of winning? Or is he basically, or is it a situation where he is more or less it gets eyeballs on their product, so he's just bringing them in just to help get over, just to help the product get over. Because he's been,
Mm.
for all the talent that he has, he's been losing way too many matches, in my opinion. Way too many
Yeah.
matches.
I mean
Yeah.
he has won against some. Um it looks like it's another dude that they call El Hijo, mini El Hijo or something like that. But anyway, and he looked like he about 13, but um, he beat him up pretty bad and then yeah, he lost to Dom. So
All right. And then as AJ is leaving, Becky decides that that's a good time to
yeah,
go
let's attack her.
yeah. 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 And
That's a WrestleMania match.
there you go. So they do a Cody Randy recap, which while I get part of it is to preview SmackDown, seeing that they're down to 2 hours now, they need to be more about Raw than anything else, in my opinion. Because that just in terms of storylines and building storylines, I just talking about Raw, SmackDown, and talk about SmackDown on Raw. It's like you could be building up another potential beef between people on Raw. You know, I feel like the only time the
Not only that, uh, they did an interview with Randy on Raw.
right. Well, he made sure to uh just say what he had to say because they were going to do an interview, but it wasn't an interview. He just said what he
Hmm.
had to say and he left.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um, but Penta addressed the universe and the fact that he was going to be a fighting champion and that Pierce had picked his opponent and that his opponent needed to know that he was a fighting champion and no matter how good he is, he don't stand a chance against uh, uh, Penta, who is the king of Cerro Miedo. Okay.
Pero miedo.
Yeah. So Dragon Lee comes out.
Oh yeah. Fight forever.
Yeah,
Fight forever.
right. Yeah, and that match definitely deserved that to be said because that was a
Hmm.
killer match. And that
Hmm.
once again has me beating my chest from my couch. This is why if you have lucha people there, you have them go against other lucha people, and you will figure out why I mostly want them going against people that have a lucha background. This what happened between Dragon Lee and Penta are the matches you will get. That's what you'll
That's
get.
why. That's why I watch AAA because those matches be phenomenal. I mean,
And
some of them is kind of like, but some
right.
most of them is like, oh my god.
Hmm, I digress. Now Paul tries to talk to Austin and Logan that they need to go for the tag titles and take them from the Usos. Paul doesn't care, how they do it. They just need to get it done because they need to get power. They need to get the power back. And he's not,
I guess.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong. You
First
do
of all, Vision was Seth's creation, so
well, according to Paul, that wasn't true. He wasn't the
okay.
creator of the shield or the vision.
Hmm.
So, and Paul should know. Paul knows everything.
Right.
So that leads us to, oh yeah, and Logan. God, Logan is so pompous. Um, so Logan still trying to show loyalty to Paul says not only are 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 him and Theory going to take out the Usos, but he'll throw in a
they're
freebie.
gonna get they're gonna get a little LA too.
Right. And he's like, we're gonna do that for you. We'll do it for free. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, Paul isn't like Don Callis, walking around with money to hand to people. I mean, so yeah, you're definitely gonna do it for free to per se. Um, and that takes us to Maxine and Natter. Ah, that match left nothing to the imagination. We've seen we've seen what Maxine's capable of, and it was definitely more than I anticipated.
She getting better.
But yet, without getting her over, question is, what's the point? Now we know that somehow, some way, she's going to get over eventually, but are you going to take so long that eventually nobody's going to care?
It's WWE.
So yeah, so they had a match and Natty won. They did have some going back and forth, and Maxine did a good job of selling her side of it. I will admit that I had my I had my reservations, but she has so far she has made me take her out of the boat that I had her in with her and Willow and Kalani and females of that ilk who are talented, but just don't get me wrong, she still don't strike fear in me, but her level of aggression is more believable to me. I will grant, you know. Um, and that takes us to what we were talking about earlier. Randy gets a call from someone. Who do you think that is?
Mm, so many people. I
Is
don't think
it?
it's Ric Flair.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
Um,
he's still blackballed.
Let me think. Um, The Rock, maybe.
Right.
Um, his dad, maybe.
That's what I
But
was thinking, especially after he said what he said the other day.
but my only thing is, I don't know why. I think it's Sammy, but maybe that's just me guessing. But
I would be with you, but he went out of his way to specifically say
I
wrestling
know
doesn't have
because wrestling has
wrestling
more
has
than
more than
one
one. And
royal
like,
family.
that's okay.
It's Shane McMahon. I'm just
That I'm gonna be honest. That would open up too much because now are we gonna see Stephanie come out the woodwork inside with Cody? And then where will Triple H's loyalties lie?
hmm
And yeah, that would be doing too much. So no, not Shane.
yeah.
Shane could
I,
come
would-
back.
I just I was just kidding though.
Right. Shane
I
could
don't.
come back if he so chooses. It would be hilarious to see him try to be the Shane of old, shuffling his feet around,
Yeah,
coming
and
out,
then tear his quads again.
yeah, coming out to that here comes the money.
Here we go. Here comes the money.
Yeah, Javon painfully congratulates Dragon Lee on trying
Mm,
to go after the title. Um, Clearly Dragon Lee was in a lot of pain and he kept tapping him on the shoulders and tapping him on the back. It's like
he's
it's
like,
like
sorry.
it's like, will you stop? It's like, dude, just stand over there and congratulate me. Keep your hands to yourself. It's like, don't touch me right now. Ugh,
Mm, yeah.
you're not pretend I'm your girl. I've got a headache. Get away from me. Like,
Oh.
oh, all right. So Kofi makes another attempt to get him to join the New Day, but he does it in such a dumb way, a
Yeah.
dumb heel way that he
hmm
basically made his ma- basically he made everything worse.
hmm
I mean, even if he had a point that hanging around Dragon Lee was holding him back, that's your boy. That's his best friend. You don't
hmm
tell a person, you don't tell a male, you don't tell a female that their best friend is holding them back and not expect a negative reaction.
hmm
It's like unless they already see it, it's not getting through.
Right.
So, um,
He was like, no. And Grayson was like, why you want to be around him? Why you? And then Coach was like, well, people say the same thing about you. And then Danhausen appears.
yeah, yeah. Then Danhausen appears and
Say his
offers.
name and he appears.
Yeah, but nobody said his name.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Then he's
Right,
like,
right. It just and then he offers to replace Xavier, which my immediate thought was,
yeah.
wait a minute, why did you pick Xavier? Why not pick Waller?
Right.
Waller standing right there. What did y'all just subliminally just tell us about the current status of Xavier? So I did have that question. So Raquel takes on Stephanie, and that the match was okay.
Mm,
I wonder if Raquel has an issue with taking on people shorter than her. Because that match kind of reminded me of, well, if she has an issue with taking on people that not only are not as tall as her, but that are lucha. She did better against Stephanie. I will give her that. It didn't look as horribly as it did against Io and Kyrie, who are
hmm
who are even smaller than Stephanie, but still, it didn't look great. And obviously I've been watching Raquel for a while, so I know she can wrestle, and I know
Yeah,
she could put on some good matches. So I'm just feeling like the choice of opponent more than her talent is the issue. Like
yeah.
I've seen her against Rhea. She does great against Rhea. You know, she did great against. She's taken on Charlotte before, hasn't she? I want to say yes.
She may have. She may have. I'm not 100% sure.
At least in a tag match, I feel like they've taken each other on. Maybe not
Yeah,
one on one, but
yeah, probably
but
with Lex Lexi.
Lexi and any other time that she had the titles. And remember
Yeah,
when there was only one women's title and they was going from SmackDown to Raw
yeah,
to NXT. So I'm sure they've crossed paths and
yeah,
yeah. So anyway,
yeah.
uh, so obviously EO comes out to help Stephanie because after the match, Raquel and Liv just kind of do their thing. But you know, when she came out, it was all to no avail because then EO started getting beat up, and with
I
her
know.
not having
No, they
having
better stop playing. They better stop playing with EO.
um with her not having Rhea around anymore, there's probably gonna be a lot more of that, lot more of that again, unfortunately for EO. So Um, Bailey yells at Lyra in frustration because she's just frustrated. She's tired of losing. She wants to be a champion. She wants to have a title. She wants her WrestleMania moment. And that's when Asuka comes up, being Asuka. And
I'm liking this Oscar character.
I I would be more cool with it if she wasn't doing what she was doing to Kyrie.
No, that's a.
I just it was like okay. Um, because that part kind of gives me a bloodline vibe. Uh, Um, kind of the only reason she's by your side and supporting you is because you're bullying. So, I mean, aside from that, if you basically gave her a choice, would Kyrie be rocking with you the way you're treating? Whenever I see people do that, just like that's what turned me off with the whole Roman thing. That's why I was like, will you please just hurry up and end this? Because they're only with him because of the power that he holds over them. If they actually had a free choice, they both took turns showing that they don't rock with him like that. So, you know, that just, plus that like gets old. So it's like,
Yeah, girl.
okay, okay, let's go
But
into
you already see Kyrie's face. She kind of over it.
right,
So yeah.
right. So,
So
but
I'm thinking it's
she
gonna
kind of feels
happen soon.
powerless. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna probably happen soon. Where she
So
like, okay, we can't do this no more. Mm-mm.
when when Oscar leaves after mentioning the tag titles and the fact that her and Kyrie were going for him, that
Mm-hmm.
gave Lyra an idea, which made Bailey perk up, and they both decided to go have a talk with Pierce
Mm-hmm.
about the tag titles because that might be their way into WrestleMania. So LA Knight runs into the Usos and expresses his concerns because while he's cool with the Usos and they've mended their bridges, that that bloodline bridge is still burnt and destroyed. So if if something were to happen and the Usos were to help rebuild the Bloodline Bridge and connect it to the Usos Bridge, that would make LA want to burn down both bridges again. It's like you do what you want, but I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy and Jay just kind of
Yeah, all right, man.
they like this is family business and it ain't. got nothing to do with you. And they're more thinking about Punk than remembering what they did to everybody like LA Knight.
Hmm.
It's not that important. Those past history memories are not important right now because of Punk. So, but
Yeah.
but they do have a understanding and respect for where Punk's coming from. So, which I don't think that they would have been in it had it not been for what Punk said about the uncle, because they had pretty much said that they
You
don't.
can say you can say whatever you want about Roman, just leave Sika out of it.
Right. So that leads us to the end of the show where Roman comes out and he points out the fact that he's basically doing what he wants and he's the main event in Punk's house. And which, like, yeah, but are you gonna be there next week? Are you gonna
He
be there?
is.
Are you gonna be there the week after?
I
Uh,
think he's gonna be there until WrestleMania. So I gotta double check that though.
okay. And it's like, who's the world champion again? Yeah, kind of whoever the world champion is, it is kind of their house. I mean, no offense to your opinion. Yes, there are still people that love you, but technically the person that is the champ,
Hmm.
that means that whatever show they're on, that's their house. And Punk comes out, he calls out Punk, and Punk comes out. The barb trading didn't have a whole lot of juice.
It did.
It did not have a whole lot of juice to it. Um, I respect them doing the build up. So they had to uh end it with Roman kind of making it look like all that talk about Punk saying that he was in Roman's head, and yet Roman didn't punch him, but he punched
He
Roman.
got punched for calling him old. Like, bro,
Yeah, it's like there
it's
there there are some people
he,
that are sensitive about that, but
yeah. You are the same age, CM Punk. Like, come on.
it just plus I can't remember who it was. Somebody was talking about it. I want to say it was Stevie Richards. I saw a reel from Stevie Richards where it said that that's the worst thing that you could try to use as a barb because of the fact that, okay, let's just say that Punk beat you. You just got beat by an old man.
Exactly. And
And
Roman ain't no spring chicken.
right. And
So,
then the one thing that I can equate that to was the beef between DMX and Ja Rule. And I
hmm.
found out on some mixtapes that uh Ja Rule and Irv Gotti were putting out that um all the issues that had started to surface about DMX, and he had a situation where he was at a concert and he cried at the end of the show, which I thought was weird. Um
Who?
the
DMX?
Yeah,
Didn't he
and
always cry at the end of the show? I know he say a prayer, but didn't he always cry?
no,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's why they made sure to. I was flipping channels and I saw something on. Uh, I was flashing by MTV and I saw him flash across the screen. So I'm like, okay, what's that? And I had to wait, but then they talked about it. Apparently, it was at the end of the show and he was trying to do the prayer, and then he said, everybody got demons that they got to face, and he was crying, which you listen to his music, it's like what? What am I watching? And then not too long after I saw that, then I started getting into like mixtapes and there was this guy selling bootleg mixtapes downtown, and it was all about battles. And I saw DMX versus Ja Rule, so I decided to buy one. And I decided to listen to it. And Irv Gotti and Ja Rule was going at X, and basically he ended up putting it out there like, y'all sitting up here supporting this dude. Y'all know he a crackhead, right? And then that kind of like that's why he was on stage crying, and that's why he been acting all weird because he and I ended up getting a magazine where they flat out asked him about it. He didn't admit it and he didn't deny it.
He, I know.
And and that
Everybody, everybody know he did that.
that kind of turned me off to Ja Rule. Well, that and his third CD. Um,
Hmm.
but and then Ja Rule, and then the whole thing with 50, that was around the time that 50 was getting ready to come out. And then that's when 50 and Ja Rule started beefing. And then because
Hmm.
M signed him, because Ja Rule told him, like, if you sign 50, we coming after you. And that's how Eminem and Dre got pulled into it.
That
And it's
that
like,
they can.
and and then and then for some dumb reason he pulled Busta into it. And well, actually, no, I know why. Because at that time, if I'm not mistaken, Buster was also signed to Aftermath. So, okay, yeah, now that makes sense. Um, because for the longest time, I was trying to figure out why he decided to take a shot at uh at Buster, which that ended up being a not very good idea either.
Mm-mm.
But my main point of this is when Grand Champ came out, by the time I got done listening to it, I basically, even though the album is called Grand Champ, I basically renamed it the FU Ja Rule soundtrack. And it was like you sitting up here and you put his business out in the street, but now your career is over because essentially you basically got roasted by a crackhead. Yeah,
Hmm.
your career's done. You got roasted by a crackhead. What it just it wasn't worth it. So, which is funny. Out of everything he talks about, he and nobody ever asks him about it. They only ask him about him and 50. Nobody asks him about him and DMX. I'm guessing it's probably out of respect for DMX, but it's also the fact that they know DMX roasted him. So it's like, yeah, yeah, there's no point in talking about this. We're not gonna believe whatever you say about it is not gonna be completely believable. So yeah, let's just focus on 50. 50's alive, 50's trending. Yeah, let's just go there.
Hmm.
So um and that takes us to NXT. Yeah. All right.
Hmm.
So we start off with a triple threat match that ends with Laney and Fallon helping helping JC keep her belt.
Hmm.
Um, that obviously was a pretty good match, but it was pretty obvious watching the match that you knew who was going to win. I don't even know why they wasted their time even involving Laney and Fallon because the clear heat that needs to be cleared up between Zarya and Soul, they could have fought amongst each other and let that have been the reason why JC won. And it still would have, and it would have been a little better in my opinion. But anyway, so Kendall's trying to talk to JC when JC sees Charlie and gets distracted. So then she tells her to focus because it's like, hey, you got a match coming up. You don't have time to be worrying about Charlie. You got to focus in on Grand QCC. So Ricky Saints and oh, actually, real quick before I go into the next, um, because Fallon showed up. I forgot Fallon showed up. Fallon showed up. She had a lot to say and just running her mouth and while she congratulated Kendall on her journey, at the end of the day, she gave her a warning that her JC stand to deliver is not going to go the way she expects. which I'm kind of waiting on them to implode to see what's gonna happen solo wise, to see if I'm right and Laney's gonna end up turning on JC and getting the belt because they seem to
I won't
be,
be mad at it.
huh?
I won't be mad at it.
And it just seems like they're waiting on something, and the question is what are they waiting on? You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
So yeah, I definitely want to see what they're waiting on, and just see how they're gonna play this with um toxic influence.
Hmm.
So Ricky Saints speaks on his victory, you know, um, and then Ethan arrives to let let Ricky know, like, yeah, no offense. I don't want the North American Championship. I want the world title,
Yep.
which obviously Ricky's like, um,
What you said?
right. It's like we can't both be going for the same belt. You can. Uh, doesn't mean y'all can remain friends, but you can definitely be going for the same belt. It can
Hmm.
definitely happen. So it just means your friendship won't stay intact. It's okay.
Yep.
So Ethan and Ricky a fight, and then Joe Hendry. Wait a minute, hold on. Joe showed up saying that Ethan had a point about everything he was saying, and much to the chagrin of Joe, he had that moment where you just talk a little too much. Joe had that moment. He should have just let what they were doing just work itself out.
Hmm.
And he did not, and like so many other people that didn't listen to that inner voice. Just you want to say something, don't. Just do yourself a favor, don't. All
Yeah, it
right.
was plenty of times when I had to bite my tongue.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he did not bite his tongue and he ended up catching a beat down. When out of nowhere comes Tony D, which it kind of looked like he was coming in for the save until he nailed Joe Hendry. Making it look like either at WrestleMania or at Stand to Deliver, this just became a fatal four way. Is what it's looking like to me.
Hmm.
So William Regal is in the back talking to Charlie and Alexis and Stax, and all of a sudden he sees Robbie E, and he lets him know like, hey, I like what you've been doing around here. And I don't agree that that whole interim title of yours, it should be more permanent. I'm gonna try to put a word in for you, which Robbie E is like, okay, yeah, I'm all about that. Thank you, sir, Mr. Regal.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, but we all know that that's going to come with a price. William Regal is not doing that just out of the kindness of his heart, especially now that the children have formed the birthright. Definitely not doing that for free. And Robbie E better know that, or he may not be GM for long. So, Vanity Project takes on El Grande 2.0 and Rayo and Bravo. I don't know about you, but yeah, this was definitely a great six-man tag match. Definitely a great six-man tag match. Um, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was very entertaining and I yeah, thought it was good. Hmm.
All right. Sean Legacy indicates that he cannot continue in the tag tournament, which leaves Eli in a spot needing a partner. So Elio offers to be his tag partner so that he doesn't have to drop out. Hmm. And then Soul catches Robbie E and lets him know, like, hey, next week I want Zaria. I'm sick and tired of this whole,
Ooh, boy, girl, what have you walked into?
yeah. Um, um, they have to let her go eventually. Um, and by her, I'm meaning Zaria.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to let her go eventually and just show what she can do. And unfortunately, it's gonna come at the expense of Soul, especially with the push that she's been getting.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's got to happen. It's got to happen because
Hmm.
I want to see what they could do with her character, and see how many belts they could stick on her.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
to everybody's surprise, Booker gets honored
Mm.
at NXT, and his wife and his sons and some of his students are in the ring ready to honor him when who should come out but Keanu Carver.
Yeah.
Uh, Booker's upset. Robbie E is upset. And then Jasper Troy comes out to save the day, quote unquote. And
Hmm.
uh, And Booker T is livid and he looks at Robbie E and he goes, I tried to tell you about this fool. I warned you. I told you he ain't it.
Yeah, because he actually did he destroy him like at the end of the show?
If he did, I wasn't able to see it.
No, okay. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he destroyed him after. I'm not 100% though. But I
So,
know one thing that Keanu Carver and I keep wanting to call him Pastor Choi. Jasper Choi, that's a big man match.
oh yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. With no outside interference, I was surprised that this match turned out the way it did. I
Yes,
I was surprised that Rand beat Fallon.
me too.
So now I'm curious as to what is this going to lead to for Fallon? Is this an injury thing? I'm curious to know what what led to this. Is this going to be a situation where Fallon is going to get upset because there was no help to help her, which we did end up figuring out later in the show that she was upset that nobody helped her retain her title.
Hmm.
So, what is this? My ultimate question is what is this going to lead to? Where is this going to go? It has to have a destination in order for it to make sense. Um, Not only for Ren, but because I don't want this to be a situation like with Tatum and with Thea, which Thea, I think hers was more or less injury, I want to say, even though it might have been a temporary injury.
Hmm. Yep.
I felt like that was like a temporary injury because she's been back on the show.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ricky is upset about the attacks on them. Uh, when he goes to Robbie E, and Ethan talks
Five
E-
star garbage.
Ethan Ethan sets everything up and talks Robbie E into setting up a one-on-one match between Tony D and Ricky Saints next week.
Hmm.
And that look on Ricky's face like, what did
What?
you just say?
I didn't ask for that.
Right. Like you mother.
Yeah.
Surprised he didn't start talking like Santino. You son of a gun.
Right. Like Santino Marella.
So so Hank and Tank versus the Birthright, Uriah and Stax. Gee, I wonder who won. Another faction with four members against two people. Darn, the fact that Hank and Tank did not win is just really shocking to me. I thought for
Yeah.
sure they had a shot.
Who won those titles again?
Huh?
Who did somebody win them, or that was just like a number
No, that
one
was just
contender?
yeah, that was a match basically building up Birthright.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
So Joe comes to Robbie E after that match and he's like, "Man, I want Tony D," but finds out that Tony D is going to be busy next week. And,
Hmm.
but he did make sure to warn Robbie E, like, hey, Tony D is mine one way or another. You're not gonna give him to me. Just
Right.
know, just know that there may be some chaos in the way. Just have
Hmm.
just have the officials on standby is all I'm saying. Just have the officials on standby.
Yeah.
So Dark State gets the drop on OTM. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Easy to do that 3-on 2. Um,
Hmm.
I just oh man, they got the drop on OTM. Man, that took a lot of skill, didn't it? So clearly Tony D did not do his job because it was not the end of Dark State. So Tony, we need to look at his qualifications when he says that he ended somebody. So it's going to be the end. That was supposed to be the end of Dark State, and it's not. It's clearly not the end of Dark State. So I'm just saying, you know, the results say otherwise.
What party don't care? Oh.
Thea cheers on Tatum when Kalani comes in, basically, basically trying to put down warn Tatum not to take advice from Thea. When Jada comes up, basically with something to say to Kalani, and then Thea, who has been doing this since she left Chase U, if she feels like she can handle a conversation, she will like, hey, let me handle this. And then Jada looked at
Hmm.
her like I was, which she took it, the way she took it and what Thea meant, those was two different ends of the spectrum. It was like, yeah, she understood that you were just trying to help, but she was just letting you know, like, hold on, I'm a big girl now. I let me let me handle this woman. And you know, and she let her know, like, last time you were in the match, you got knocked out. Now it's time for you to tap out. And which which Jada thought was funny and was a good shot. So of course she had to put her arm behind her back and just kind of tap it while she was m making fun of Kalani as she left. So
Hmm.
that should be an interesting match. I don't think Thea's gonna win per se because they're the way they're pushing Kalani, but it should be an interesting match. And that's
Yeah.
when we get to JC, who is happy about her victory. And Fallon, on the other hand, nicely pointing out that must be nice to get help during your match to keep your title. It's like, gee,
Yeah.
I had a match tonight. I
Hmm.
didn't get the same thing, which had JC feeling a little worried. And and
Hmm.
Fallon makes plans to take down Rand and Kendall with Laney, and JC was still kind of spooked. So she's like, because last thing, like, wait, now that she don't have a title, could she possibly decide to come after mine? She's clearly upset. It's like, well, like, can I trust her to have my back? I don't know if I can trust her right now. Makes me a little worried.
But it's gonna be a. Did I hear correctly that it's gonna be a multi-person match?
Not as of yet. Not that I know of. Not
Okay.
as not as of yet. I'm sure it's gonna be. I'm sure they're gonna figure out a way to make it so. But as of
Hmm.
right now, as far as I know, is still just her and Lola.
Okay. Okay.
So, Robbie E talks to Miles about stand and deliver, and Robbie E talks about the gauntlet. And Lexus wants to get in since, but they already have plans, for the tag titles. So,
Hmm. Oh yeah, that's what I got with Oh, I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Keep going.
and that leads us to the main event, which ended really weird. But again, I have to say, I was shocked. Not only was I shocked at how the match went, I was also shocked that they let Tatum win again.
Yeah.
But now, because of how the show ended, now I have questions in general because Blake has put her mind set on Tatum's title. Because as Tatum was celebrating and she was backing her way up the ramp, all of a sudden the ramp came up and Blake grabbed Tatum and then came back up and was just
Yeah.
and then just
And
was holding the title.
right.
Does that mean that their matches are going to get weird? Because we already kind of see the way Tatum's going. But if they're
Mm,
doing stuff like that from Blake's side, then I feel like these matches are about to get weird.
it, it might.
So, but what did you think of the cage match as a whole? Because I was pleasantly shocked at how it went. Not only the fact that they seemed to handle themselves in the cage really well, and the chemistry was there the whole entire match.
Hmm.
Um, but then I was also shocked that they didn't give the belt back to Izzy, which only leaves one question. Actually, two. One, what are they gonna do with Izzy? Because to put a belt on her that
Well,
quick and for her to lose it that quick, like what are they gonna do with her? Could she be the one that's gonna take the belt off JC Jane? What are they doing with Izzy? And then
mm,
and then was Tatum basically getting this belt just to hand it to Blake?
Good question.
So we'll see how it goes. But
Mm-hmm.
on to Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So uh they do a Revolution recap, and then I find out some things. I find out some things like Will Ospreay's back,
Yes. Osprey. Osprey.
and he has a match. I definitely question if he's back too early. When you come out to your first match and you're bandaged up, that gives me the vibe that you possibly came back too early. So his first match back, he takes on Blake Christian
Mm-hmm.
from Lethal Swirl.
Oh, that's what it's called?
Yeah, they were called the Swirl. Now they're called Lethal Swirl, and they actually said
Oh,
another name, but I don't remember it.
okay.
But it was
Okay.
Lethal something. But yeah, but the one most recent is a Lethal Swirl. So
Oh,
Will Ospreay and Christian have a great match, which Blake can wrestle. He's definitely doing his thing.
mm-hmm.
Uh, feel feel like they should have a little more. Feel like they should have a little more of a of like TV time somewhere, whether it be Collision or Dynamite. So Ospreay addresses the audience, and he addresses John Moxley,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically lets him know that he is going to return the favor of breaking his neck like Moxley did his, and he's not going to do it with any weapons. He's going to do it with his bare hands, which brings
The
out
Tiger Driver.
right, which means that which brings out Yuta and Moxley, who Osprey tries to go on the attack only to be cut off by Pac. Now, Will Osprey would eventually go back after Pac, which
Mm-hmm.
makes something that was said later just not make a whole lot of sense, and I'll explain why when we get to it. But what I did not know was that not only was Yuta and Moxley out there to you know um go at Osprey, but they actually had a match. They had a match against the Bang Bang Gang. The Bang Bang Gang, Juice and Ace, they had a great match. They didn't win, but they had a great match.
Mm-hmm.
So that gets us to like 40 minutes of weird. So Gabe Kidd speaks of his disdain and his continued mission to end Darby Allin in
Mm-hmm.
an unsanctioned coffin match. Tells Darby to meet him in the parking lot. And then,
Oh God.
and then Kenny Omega calls out Swerve and welcomes him to get dangerous, truly dangerous, by putting his number one contendership on the line. Which there was a funny part about that, which we will get to later. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's get to the parking lot, shall we? Now, I will admit that it caught me off guard. Everything that happened out there that that parking lot definitely caught me off so much guard.
Oh my gosh, it was so crazy.
So they start fighting, and then Darby gets the upper hand. He sticks him in the trunk. Now I want to know what he would have done if that truck hadn't pulled out. because he's backing up, and I'm like, okay, where is he going? I'm figuring he was doing to them what they did to him.
Hmm.
Okay, but then he takes off and he turns the car over, and then he lets him out, and then he pushes him to the ring. Now, that type of what went on there had a WCW feel to it.
Mm.
It was long, it was weird. Well, it was crazy is what it was. Like I could foresee like the Taskmaster doing that, having that level of a bit. You know, you remember Kevin Sullivan.
Hmm.
Kevin Sullivan was that crazy.
Hmm. Yeah.
Possibly
He-
even Raven and the Flock, possibly.
Oh, that was TNA. I was like, wasn't Raven on AEW? No, he's on TNA.
Yeah, yeah. He was on yeah, he was on TNA. He might have made a temporary appearance on AEW.
Yeah, he was on TNA this week, talking to Rosemary.
Okay. Pushes him in and he took too long. He was basking in his
Yes.
moments. He took too long.
Hmm.
That match could have been over before it even
Hmm.
started.
Yep.
And he just took entirely too doggone long.
Hmm.
And but to sit up there and have to fight in a straitjacket
Uh-huh.
because your opponent won't give you time to like take it off. So it was becoming, I love the creativity of how they let him win. Because I'm going to be perfectly honest. They went through all that stuff, and
Hmm.
I'm going to be honest of what I seriously thought. I seriously thought that when he made that running charge at Gabe, I thought Gabe was going to move and he was going to land right in
I
the coffin.
know, I did. Yeah, I thought that too.
So yeah, I definitely thought that he was going to that it wasn't going to be a situation where he he was going to win that match. So I was pleasantly surprised when the match ended the way it did because it just now what they're going to have to do somehow some way they're going to have to put some finality to it.
Hmm. I
Uh,
just, man, all this stuff Darby be doing, it's just like, come on, bro. I, you know what? Nope, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be a judgmental person.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're we're looking at what we see, and we're telling people like, hey,
I
I
just,
like this, I didn't like that, I didn't. I mean,
yeah, but the thing, my thing is that when he gets older, it's gonna catch up to him, and it's like, I don't know.
oh, for sure, yeah. I told you,
Yeah,
I said the same thing about I said the same thing about um.
Mick Foley.
Well, no, I didn't. I said it about Mick Foley. I didn't get to say it to Mick Foley. Um,
Yeah,
although I did have opportunities to meet him, and I should have. But I definitely got to say it to Jeff Hardy. So,
yeah, because like I look at Mick Foley now, and he can barely walk. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I mean, I'm not saying he can walk, but you just see how he walks now. But So that's what I'm thinking. Like I'm just hoping. I'm not saying that, of course, different strokes for different folks, but it's just like I just want him to be careful. So.
Well, yeah, because you want to see, you want to know that they're going to be okay when at when they finally do stop
Yeah.
doing what we love to watch them do, just like basketball players.
Hmm.
We don't want you to
Yeah.
wait until you are so far gone that uh that you can't like walk around like normal people. You know,
Hmm.
go ahead and feel free to retire. I don't want uh no matter how I feel or don't feel about LeBron, I don't want him to wait until he has such a debilitating injury that that's what gets him to retire. Um,
Hmm.
so so I want him to retire while he still has full use of his limbs and he can enjoy his family and everything and go from there. So that's a great example of what I mean. So so Darby issues a warning after the match is over to MJF that he's coming. So get ready.
Hmm. Yeah.
Which there's something that confuses me, and when I get to it, we'll talk about it. So speaking of things that confused me, Luchasaurus and Jack Perry take a road trip to Fresno.
That's not where he lives.
Huh?
Ain't that where he lives?
Yeah, but that's not, remember, that's not where they were.
Yeah, that's true.
They basically were coming to Fresno for the for the match that they had.
Hmm.
So, but that whole sequence of, oh, he's packing up and Luchasaurus is shaking his head with his arm in the sling. Like, yeah, bro, you probably shouldn't be.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that squirrel is his pet.
Yeah, that look, I was trying to figure that out if that was AI. That seemed more like AI to me.
No, he actually has a pet squirrel.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but when that squirrel like came there and
I
it
mean, it probably is on that end as far as the video goes, but he really does have a pet squirrel.
gotcha. I see. So basically he spoke of his reunion with the Bucks and the match they had and
Hmm.
just waiting on Luchasaurus to heal up again. That shows the level of kayfabe and what you do and don't believe. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, about that. Yeah, driving a bus down the street, let alone on a highway, and you're traveling and you're only using one arm. Yeah, probably shouldn't be doing that. Um, I will admit that I'm not a connoisseur of bus driving, but it just doesn't seem like a good idea. Just yeah, just doesn't seem like a good idea at all. Just kind of putting that out there. All right. That moves us to Prince Nana. Prince Nana introduces Swerve. And Swerve speaks uh, to his need for power. Seems to be a running thing on wrestling programs this week. Like everybody wants the power. And in order to
Hmm.
have the power,
I have the power.
I know, right? So so now the part that tripped me out was something that uh Kenny said that if you notice, Swerve was like, "You want me to put my number one contendership on the line?" I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah,
It's like I
I heard
was
that
like,
too.
wait, how you?
Yeah,
Well, wait, that's a good question. How did you
I
know he
saw
was
that.
number one contender before he did? But then you got to think about it. If he's the EVP, I mean,
Yeah,
he is a front office person. So
yeah.
maybe that was his way of dropping it to him. Like, I'll drop it to you in a promo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. By the way.
Now, his immediate comeback was genius.
Yeah.
To decide, oh, well, since I'm putting my number one contendership on the line, we're not going to do anything cheesy like you put your career on them. That's cheesy.
Yeah.
You're not ready to do that yet.
Right.
What we're going to have you do is put your put your EVP status, and not that he's taking it from Kenny.
Right.
He's just going to be an EVP too. I thought that part was especially interesting. It's like, last time that happened, they took it from him, but this that that is that seems a little on the genius side.
Hmm.
It's like I'm not taking your status from you, like you're taking my number one contendership from me. I'm
Hmm.
actually saying you just christened me EVP.
Hmm.
That way, we're both EVPs, and we both, as you said, have the power.
Hmm.
So Kenny's gonna have to think on that. Obviously, it's not an easy
Yeah.
decision to make. So
Don't they
many.
have a match like next week? So he got to think fast.
Yeah. Um, it depends on when he accepts it. If he don't accept it until next week, well then obviously they're not having a match next week.
I could have
So
sworn he said next week, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think I know for sure he wanted his answer next week. I don't know if they have a match next week.
Okay. Okay.
So it might have been the answer, but like you, so much stuff
Yeah.
goes on. You could very well be right. Um,
Hmm.
and that takes us to Speedball speaking on reclaiming the trios titles. Why was I not
Hmm.
surprised at that?
Hmm.
I was not surprised at all. I believe we talked about it on the show where I said, uh, I think the whole thing was moving Cowboy out of the way.
Yeah. Because he wanted to, do his own thing, really.
So, well, plus, I don't want to lose my titles because one of my teammates has a beef with,
Hmm.
keeps interfering. No. And see, that's what I have been talking about when it comes to you know, condense, focus,
Hmm.
your fight.
Yeah.
You can't be sitting up here having you got all these belts, but then you got people that are also pissed off at you, so you can lose a title at any time. And that's not
Hmm.
fair to the to your teammates that oh, hey, we had a match, we had it won, but somebody you was beefing with interfered. Not somebody that was
Yeah.
beefing with us, somebody that was
Hmm.
beefing with you.
Right.
It's like, okay, we need you to kind of kick rocks. It's like it's like
Yeah.
we still friends, but we need you to kick rocks.
Yeah. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. Go focus over there.
So
I only think they took those titles off the ops because Powerhouse Hobbs was leaving. So
right. And then you had Mark Davis take on Speedball.
speed bump.
Hmm. And Mark Davis actually won the match.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to a bloody MJF after he won his match at Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And he's feeling himself. Now,
Yeah.
ironically, I did not realize that the picture that he took that I believe I sent to you, that his wife took a picture of them at at Disney World.
Disney World. Yeah,
Yeah, I did not realize that he had actually talked about that on the show.
he did.
So that once I saw that, I was like, now that's hilarious. That
Hmm.
now that's how you break kayfabe.
Hmm.
So um that takes us to Okada tells the Young Bucks that he was really just using them, which I knew that at the time. Me and you had talked about it at the time.
Hmm.
So and he also took the time to take a shot at Takeshita, naturally.
Yeah,
What would be a moment for Okada to talk smack without him taking an unnecessary shot at Takeshita? Yeah.
right.
Now, speaking of, you saw the look that RPV gave when he did it.
Honestly, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, they yeah, they weren't amused.
Okay.
It was like they kind of rolled their eyes and kind of they both looked to the side like
Uh,
Uh,
Yeah.
like we could have cut this promo without that part. I don't, I,
Right.
I, I don't want to have nothing to do with what you and Takeshita got going on. I do not want him
Mm-hmm.
questioning my friendship or
Hmm.
coming trying to punch me in the face because he thinks I'm riding with you on your dislike
Yeah.
for him. So
Yeah.
I believe that this should actually go the opposite of where me and you both think that it's going. Um, I think it should overall, uh, well, actually, where it could possibly go is since nobody else really has a problem with Takeshita except Okada. As much as I understand Don Callis siding with Okada most of the time, majority rules. And majority rules, and maybe, just maybe, as much as I would like Kyle and Takeshita out and Okada out, maybe they should run a situation where everybody gets tired of him taking unnecessary shots and makes Don Callis make a decision,
Yep. It's either Takeshita or Okada.
and then just kind of put it as just so you know, we're riding with Okada. I
Mm.
mean, we're riding with Takeshita,
Takeshita. Yeah.
and or they could say something like, "Oh, and just in case you were wondering, like where whose side we're on," and then everybody give Okada a massive beatdown,
Oh yeah.
and then they just walk off and look at Don, who obviously is going to scurry, and then
Uh-huh.
and then they just look at Don and go, "Choose wisely, there, Don. We'll
Hmm.
we'll see you
Oh,
later."
Donnie boy. Yeah. Oh, Donnie boy.
So, um. That nickname, now we'll have to find a different nickname for him. There's a song that I like that that
Hmm.
that nicknamed the Donald. They nicknamed the Donald Donny Boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. 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 I love the song. I don't necessarily hold the same feelings that they do for the Donald, but listening to the song, I totally get why they do. Um, well then with that and every time I turn on my television and hear something about Donald, I I understand even if I don't ride with the premise. So awesome song. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Tony got attacked
And
before
I
the
hear
show.
she's supposed to be. I heard she's supposed to be out for the rest of 2026.
Is she pregnant?
I don't, I don't know. Juice, tell us.
Right. You know,
I don't know.
maybe Juice gave her the juice. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Um, so uh so yeah, but now other shock of the week. Maina beat Marina.
Yes.
I was looking at I was looking like, wait, what?
Uh-huh.
And then she
She
was
sure
making me
did.
and then she was making me mad because she won. And I see Marina there. She's on the floor. She's laughing. She looked like she was laughing because it looked like she had a grin on her face.
Hmm.
So I don't know if she was having a funny conversation with the ref or what was going on, but it genuinely looked like she was laying there the whole time with a smile on her face.
Hmm.
So the whole
Like
time I'm like,
she finally got me.
I'm like, Mina, leave now. Hurry up. Leave now. And she
Oh,
ended
she
up
probably knew. She probably knew.
yeah, she did eventually. And then it seemed like Marina was stirring. I'm like, get out of the ring. What are you doing? Get out. Like just get out. I get it. You're celebrating. Get out of the ring.
Hmm.
So, in which she eventually got out of the ring. But once she got out of the ring, I was back to, yeah, you beat Marina?
Hmm.
I hmm,
Not belt.
I just I don't know. And now she has a title match against Tekla. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Tekla was like, huh. Did you see
What?
that promo yesterday? I mean, I saw it today, but I was like,
Yeah,
Tekla is,
yeah, I
she
saw it.
is something else. I'll tell you.
And then Andrade is in an interview, and this is something else that Dom may have to worry about. I would
Oh
get
yeah, yeah.
very worried about forcing Andrade to do things for
With MJF.
MJF.
Hmm.
So, I mean, you got to remember, Roosh is over there, and they were a thing once upon a time. And
Hmm.
that if 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 that continues and Andrade decides he's tired of it,
He will leave with no hesitation.
right? Because he's got a spot to go. It's not like he
Hmm.
he doesn't have anywhere to go. He was riding with Roosh and them once upon a time.
Hmm.
So and that would just once again just make LFI just hmm, like yeah, everybody stop going for titles because LFI wants them all. You guys aren't getting
Yep.
um,
Yep.
um, unless you want some horns up your butt. Just let it go. Just let it go. Um,
What did I say? El Toro de Blanco. That was his thing. Roosh.
uh, oh yeah,
It's funny how I can say some Spanish words but don't know what they mean.
right.
I told Justin that. He was like, right.
And then that gets us to the main event. Speaking of weird, speaking of matches that went weird, you saw what happened during that match, and you understand why that was just way too weird, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody got everybody up for what looked like was going to possibly be a tombstone, but they couldn't actually perform it because they were getting bit. Really? That's what we're doing. We're
Yep.
we're uh we're we're biting people in
Yeah.
in not very
Yes. And
uh
I was like, hey, yo.
like now I'm sure any female wrestling fans were like, yeah. And
No,
I was like, oh,
look at
why?
me. Like me, I was like, hey, yo.
I mean, it's like what are we doing? Why?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
why? Um no, just why?
Uh,
So, and then the Young
mm,
Bucks, they talked about losing and they gave FTR their flowers while
mm.
at the same time letting it be known that they were not happy that they lost that match and that they said that no one, absolutely no one, which as soon as somebody starts saying that, you just kind of wait for, all right, who coming out?
As a Christian.
And like nobody's gonna stop them from getting to the title. So of course Edge and Christian come out and they are clearly feeling themselves.
Feeling myself. Feeling myself.
Uh no offense to no offense to the Young Bucks, but uh they feel like yeah, I need to just take a just stand over there on the sideline. This will be over in a minute. Um
Mhm.
uh for my wife, uh and for what they did to me. I got to get my get back. Uh, the a-hole, which hilariously flashed across the screen.
Mhm.
Uh, I had to do a double take. Like, wait, what? That's what we're doing now. We're just flashing that word on big Titantrons. Really? That's what we're doing. And then of course he
Mhm.
had to back it up with his take of why he was going after FTR, and it had and it was purely for the titles and for the money.
Mhm.
So yeah. All right. So
I get a whole bunch of joy when they come out.
I I don't know. I'm a little torn because they keep like 1 minute they're there, the next minute they're not, because they keep doing
Hmm.
that. I'm kind
I
of
just like I just like their music. So I do this like
yeah, I am down with I'll be down with Edge more than Christian, kind of like with the thing with the Hardys. It's like I respected Matt, but Jeff was my guy. That's how I feel about Edge and Christian. It's like I respect what they do. He is Captain Charisma, but like Edge is my guy. Edge, I was angry that it took him becoming the rated R. I was so angry at the WWE as a whole that I was angry that it took him teaming up with Lita and becoming the rated R superstar for them to finally put a world title on him. I was like, Um, no offense to Lita, she is one of my many like WWE, WWF crushes, but y'all could put a title on him without her. So, but I get it. It was kind of oversaturated with WWE talent. So I get it. He was a needle. He was a needle in a very
It was kind of they were using his real life situation to,
to me that
you
kind of
know,
saved his career as much as I hate to say it.
yeah. But at the same time,
Um, cause to me, my question is would they have ever have pushed him had it not been for that? It saved
I
matter
don't
of fact,
think so.
it saved them and the Hardys
Hmm.
because obviously Matt and Jeff had just got released and then
Well,
all of a
Matt
sudden
Matt got released, and then Jeff got released for a completely different reason. But we know the
right,
story.
right, yep, that we do. So, some Ludacris, I just found a song about Ludacris. Uh it's called Vices, and the chorus goes, "Everybody got vices, 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 vices." So it's a really truthful lyrical song, but yeah.
Hmm.
So that takes us to AEW because we're doing things a little bit in reverse. Time's a ticking, so we're gonna try to definitely fly through so we can get to that. All right, Super Saturday. I got to find out about a guy who I was like, who? Because I was watching college basketball and then Super Saturday starts and then this guy Robbie Eagles comes out.
Yeah.
They made sure to make sure that Tony Schiavone and everybody explained who he was because I see him coming down the ramp of like Robbie Eagles. I'm like, who?
Hmm.
Like what the deuce is going on here? So
It's
apparently,
Kyle Fletcher's trainer.
yeah. So um
Can I just quickly just say something random?
sure.
There is a college basketball player called A Million Bugs. Have you heard of him?
No.
His name is A Million Bugs, like legit name.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, there was a dude that I can't remember if he officially changed his name or not, but I know that he was wanting the NFL to let him put his nickname that he had in the XFL on his on the back of his jersey, and the NFL said no.
Mm,
Because they name of his because that's what the XFL to made them make themselves seem different. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that's what inspired um Chad to change his name to Chad changes last name to Ocho Cinco.
Cinco. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
when it just came to me when you was talking about college basketball, I was like, yeah, his actual name is A Million Bugs. He was
yeah,
on Jimmy Kimmel. He was on Jimmy Kimmel. So yeah. But anyway,
that's not their names.
huh?
What? I was trying to randomly look up the names of some of the wrestlers last night because they quickly flashed them up and they said them, but they flashed them up so quick and they didn't really say them during the match.
Hmm.
Um, and I had one
Except
name
for
that I was, yeah, I
what's
had
his
one name that
name?
I was missing and I forgot to look it up, but I'm seeing it now.
Hmm.
So,
Wasn't the group called TMDK with Robbie Eagles? I think I've heard of them before. Maybe they was in Ring of Honor, maybe.
well, they actually called them like by their actual names last night. So,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
fighting LFI. So,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah. So I wrote down two of them, but there was one whose name I didn't get because
Hmm.
once the melee ensued, it was pretty much clear that I was not gonna hear the hear the guy's name last night. So
Hmm.
because they started pulling people in, and then it was open season on anybody with a pulse that wasn't LFI.
Hmm.
So it was like,
Hmm.
oh, okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna figure out that guy's name. Y'all could have like given me some more time, got him in the ring, let him get thrown around a couple of times. That way Shivani would have said his name and I could have wrote it down.
Hmm.
And it's like, well, but this is not about me. I get it. It's not about me. So
You're right.
Moxley talks about the threat that Osprey um gave him regarding his own neck.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
he wasn't exactly he was a little confused as to how uh Osprey was going to do that, but that's when Pac intervened in the conversation because Pac was a little confused as to how he got pulled into something that he had nothing to do with. Well,
That's because he injected himself into that said.
right. It's like, what do you have? What is it with this selective? Heels have this selective amnesia. I feel like Pac
Yeah,
has been hanging out with Drew. It's like,
yeah.
wait, what do you got this selective amnesia? Do you not remember that Osprey was in the ring fighting Yuta and Moxley and it had nothing to do with you?
Yeah,
And all
and
of a sudden
where
you
did you
came up and you attacked
you
Osprey.
come skipping in the ring and doing what you do? Like, yeah, you involved now.
And you even put him in your patented finisher. Gee, I
Yeah.
wonder why he attacked you. Selective, I
Hmm.
don't like the selective memory. Don't just tell the face people to take accountability. You take as much
Hmm.
accountability as you want them to take. I just,
Hmm.
it's hilarious. So,
It is.
although I did respect the fact that he said, now we can just end this right here if you like. Um, since I technically had nothing to do with this in the first place. But if you choose not to, then I may have to come and wring your neck.
Mm.
So while the lack of personal accountability on how he ended up in the situation I did not like, I did like the fact that he was like, look, now this is between you and Moxley. This technically ain't got nothing to do with me. Now I could back
Hmm.
out if you let me, but if you
But if
don't,
not, we can throw hands.
then maybe something happens to your neck again. You know,
Hmm.
I am petty like that, so I mean, just we can make it happen. So, and then that's when you get to tech
Yeah.
your Tekla. So Tekla, she's laughing hard. She's got a match that she ain't worried about. And then she brings up Tony, I guess
Hmm.
trying to get Tony, whatever Tony got going on. She tries to take a
Hmm.
shot at her. It's well, I mean, I don't blame you for intentionally injuring yourself so that you don't have to fight me. I don't blame you, you know. Um, I would be scared of me too if I wasn't me. It's like,
Right.
okay,
I was like, Techland.
right.
Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah. Even came up with a whole scenario, kind of like what I do, came up with a whole scenario of how she went about taking herself out. that was
Hmm.
funny. That was hilarious. I'm like, man, the ego on this chick. Like
Yeah.
like the she got some massive like there's massive egos and then at the moment there's Tekla.
Hmm.
MJF and Tekla definitely have right now the biggest egos going
Oh,
on
please. MJF don't stand a chance against Tekla.
I just well no ego wise he does ego wise he does now wrestling wise she may be able to come up with some things
Hmm.
that may render him in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I will grant you that,
She
but
will she will probably emasculate him quickly.
so mm. but she said she accused Tony of faking being attacked to basically avoid it.
Hmm.
So now the one thing I can start to say for Tekla that I can have respect for, not only did she take shots at Tony, but she just let the entire locker room know, like, anybody
Hmm.
thinking about coming for my title, you may want to make other plans. You
Yeah.
know,
And
go
then
for the
she
TBS title.
yeah,
That title's safer for you.
yeah. And then she did it to Lexi.
Right. And
Like, you
um
don't want none of this.
what are they doing with the brawling birds? Because they seem to be
Hmm.
running through everybody they get in the ring with. So
Yeah.
this looks like a collision course for them and
Oh, it's gonna be
Mega
so
Cross.
awesome. Yes, it's gonna be so awesome. Well, they called the Divine Dominion or something
Yeah,
like that.
Divide Dominion.
So it's gonna be, yeah,
And
yeah.
Brody thanks Omega for saving him. And
Hmm.
he makes plans to deal with Swerve once Omega's done.
Hmm.
Now, what was that part that he said he was going to do in the meantime?
Get championships.
Okay. Um, which basically means that he could very well be going after MJF or he could be going after Fletcher.
Yeah, that's what I say, Kyle. Yeah.
So that takes us to the main event. Uh, Commander and Mascara Dorada versus the Death Riders. Gee, I
Hmm.
wonder who won. Oh yeah, it was the Death Riders. Yeah.
Hmm.
Shocker. All right. Now, this is about to be interesting because I am going to do what I can to stick to my word because we're going to cover SmackDown. But as I said, because of of the hypocrisy of whoever is running the episodes, and you got to get back to family life. I'm going to try to run through this as quickly as I can. So, uh,
Hmm.
the 20th started off SmackDown. Yes, Friday started off with the recap. Speaking of recap, I'm going to do my own version of a recap because
There you go.
I do want to go through some stuff. Only we're going to go through the entire episode. Uh, so
Mhm.
Drew comes out and he's pissing and moaning, right? And all
Well,
this.
first,
Oh,
he caused
oh
an
yeah, that's right.
accident
Okay,
and pulled Jacob out of the front front mirror or front window. Started beating him up real bad. Yeah.
that part I was a little that part about the window confused me until they because you couldn't really see it in the camera shot
Right. You're right.
because I think Drew has a love for dark gray vehicles for dark vehicles because he seems that every time he rents a car it always seems to be
Yeah.
a dark vehicle.
You're
So
right.
because I was wondering, I'm like, how do you explain him taking the front windshield off?
Yeah. Then you can see
Then
the
they got
car
around to
on the window. Yeah.
right. So they ended up getting around to it, and then um Jacob's falling off the car, and I'm like, oh God, I don't like where this is going. I'm having a you moment. I'm like, okay, I don't like where this
Mm-hmm.
is going for Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the picture that they're painting. So
Yeah.
Drew comes out and he accuses Nick of being a stooge and
Mm-hmm. Let's
and
talk about his baby.
and and helping Cody get the title back and
Yeah.
all this basically defends his stance, and they're once again in the name of accountability he's trying to remind Drew, like, Drew, I know you got selective memory, but I kept
Mm-hmm.
telling you to quit attacking people. You
Yeah.
kept attacking people, and you did it over 2 months. You didn't do it
Yeah.
one time. You did it multiple times to multiple people. Although I will say, seeing that Jacob didn't have 100% proof that you attacked him, I will say that his was kind of warranted. But the one with Cody, like if you don't want to fight Cody, don't do anything where you could possibly be forced to fight Cody. You attacking Cody could set things up to where you are gonna end up having to fight Cody. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Jacob comes out and he speaks to the fact that they're like, look, if you're gonna blame anybody for screwing you, it wasn't all this, it was me, and uh, and
Uh-huh.
and I stand on that.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. You're talking about the week prior. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes,
Sorry. Sorry.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry. I
yeah, yeah,
thought you
yeah.
were talking
No, no,
about.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no.
Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna go through this real quick. Now, this whole
Okay.
scenario, that whole scenario right there, it was beautifully set up, especially with Michael Cole and Graves telling us that there was an actual car accident. That and then when they went back to showing the live, then I'm like, okay, where is the oh, there it is, right over there on the right. Okay, I see it now. It looks a little dark grayish. Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that catches us up. Now, Solo
Hmm.
speaks about the victory and the lantern and vows to take care of Uncle Howdy and Rowan. Um, has Tama guard the lantern. And then Shinsuke comes to Tama like, dude, why are you still doing this dude's bidding? And when you know how you roll and how you roll best, what are you doing? Not knowing
Mm-hmm.
that Solo hadn't completely left. And I'm sure he looked around like, where's Tama? And then he saw Shinsuke and he
Mm-hmm.
walks over and he puts his hand on Tama and he goes, I need you to mind your business before you mess around and get hurt. And and then Drew tries to,
He
no, not
quit.
Drew. No, Nick tries to calm Jacob down again. I put the
Yeah.
wrong name.
After Drew. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
After
yeah.
Drew quit. Yeah.
Yeah, Drew quit, and Nick is trying to chill him out. It's like, well, he quit. I mean, there's nothing I can do for you. When Trick interrupts everything, and then Jacob sends a message that Nick is liking. He's like, okay, well, you want to fight Trick? Well, I can make that happen. Yeah, yeah. Let's get some action going on SmackDown. We're doing too much talking right now. We're doing all this
Mm-hmm.
talking, all this talking. That's what I'm talking about, Jacob. Let's get some action. I can make that happen. I can't give you a match with Drew because he quit. So
Mm-hmm.
and then Randy and Nick Trick. Oh yeah, Trick goes at Nick about Randy, and then Nick gives Trick an ultimatum and a match against Jacob. I like that. Okay, as much as his character kind of annoys me, I will admit that his character is a necessary evil. That I mean of Trick. Cause he way cocky for he got way too much cockiness going on for a dude that has won a lot of his matches due to outside interference, and he's not holding no belts right now. You got way too much bravado going. I just the
Look that trick. Look that trick.
so so the Wax Six and the MFTs have a match, and the MFTs win, and the Wyatts get the lantern, but then they lose it again.
Yeah, I'm like, Nikki, why did you give it back to him? Like,
Right. As soon as she grabbed it,
I, I
I
would
told
have, I would have,
I always
would have
told you
went right back.
the yeah, I always told you the way it should have been done. She grabs it, and then everything goes black, and when the lights come up,
Yeah,
all of them are gone.
yeah, yeah.
So so that's the way it should have happened. Not the way that it happened, but that's the way it should have happened. So our truth and priest talk about the titles, and our truth confuses the MFTs with Judgment Day.
Yeah, that was funny.
And see, this is exactly why I said if Danhausen is going to have any success in the WWE, yes, y'all are trying to pair him, and y'all look like y'all are going to be successful in pairing him with the Miz. His
Hmm.
optimum spot is him and R-Truth.
Yeah, he was like, that is not judgment day. He's like, the square jaw is JD, JC McDonough. Then he said Tom and Nick. Oh my God.
Yeah, I had to catch that. I'm like, what did you just say? Tom, a
Yeah,
what?
Tom Tom and Nick.
Like, yeah. It's like please don't add the rest of Thomas' name to the end of that. That's not going to go over well.
Right. Yeah.
Um so yeah, then Julia and Kiana talk, and Tiffany Stratton walks up ahead of her match, ahead of their match.
Hmm.
Then there was the waste of time match that we knew how it was going to turn out, and I when we get to this week, I hate to say I told you so a long time ago, but I
What?
knew there's something that's going to happen. Yes, it involves Jade, that I told you a while ago.
Mm,
Well,
yeah.
we'll get to that. And
Yeah.
Jade sends a message to the locker room, and because she talked about how people said that she should fear Rhea, and she doesn't think that there's anything about Rhea that she should fear. And Rhea shows up, and she's ready to fight,
Hmm.
and then Jade's like, nah, nah, nah,
Yeah.
nah. That's not what we're doing. And then Rhea tells her that after WrestleMania, she'll be her Bia Bia. And
Hmm.
Ilya speaks of his inner turmoil, and Mello
Yeah.
questions what's really stopping him from facing him and
Yeah.
taking his title shot. And
Hmm.
he lets him know that he needs to know in his heart that he can win, and he doesn't want to fight him until then. So
Hmm.
Julia is called out by Tiffy when Chelsea rolled up. If she's injured and this is a legit injury,
Yeah.
that's how you stay relevant. You
Uh-huh.
you tell them you want to stay relevant, and then the next thing you know, they come up with some ridiculous skit, which this whole thing with her and Alpha Fire right now is completely and utterly ridiculous. But it's funny ridiculous, so it works.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right. So Kit and Miz discuss Jelly Roll, and Miz is confronted by Danhausen again.
That's Jelly
Danhausen
Jam.
offers to uh, lift the curse,
That's the curse. Yeah.
and uh, and then he leaves, which Miz was about to tell him there is no curse. I'm like,
Hmm.
no, there's curse. You may not believe in it, but which, speaking of, this week's episode was hilarious when it came to that curse thing. But we'll get
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
Tiffany and Kiana, obviously Tiffany won, but she won via Julia and Chelsea and Alba.
Yeah.
And the crazy fact was Kiana didn't point that out. It's like, well, I mean, technically,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
but we'll get to that. And I'm jumping ahead, jumping back and forth. Anyway, uh, Trick speaks on Jacob and Nick when Sammy walks up and calls out Trick, and then Trick sends a
Hmm.
warning to Sammy that like, hey man, you got enough problems in your life. You need to chill out before I actually become one. And then
Yeah. Too
Sammy lets
late.
him know like anytime, any place, chump. And
WrestleMania.
what?
Yeah, WrestleMania.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no. But if a title of some kind was on the line, yeah, okay. But there's nothing.
No.
Yes,
Filler.
filler.
And
Uh,
I love Trick, but
set
filler.
some set something up for SmackDown there, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Sammy's there and he attacks him
No.
or
WrestleMania.
something. I don't know. I don't, I don't know. I don't know.
Or like a multi-man or something.
Jacob Fatu versus Trey.
Trick. Filler.
And gee, what do you know? Mr. I quit didn't quit.
Didn't quit.
And he attacked Jacob again and ends him with a claymore.
Hmm.
Which I had a feeling that he didn't quit.
Yeah, me
The
too.
the person that got me to the point, the two people that got me to the point to where I didn't trust people when they said they quit, Mark Henry and Batista. It's like there's like Mark Henry came out in a nice suit,
Yeah.
had everybody
And
crying at ringside.
they did a
It
replica
it it it,
with
it, it did
AJ,
it
with AJ and Cody.
right. And then he come out there, got people crying at ringside, and they're like,
Hmm.
"Oh,
Yeah.
Mark Henry leaving." And then he came out and
Yeah.
attacked John Cena later on in the night.
He said that he was really thinking about retiring. But Vince convinced him to stay just a little bit longer.
Yeah, and that actually ended up helping his career really, because that
Yeah.
whole thing where he turned on John Cena,
John
and then
Cena,
and then
yeah.
he ended up having some title runs after that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Priest and Truth end up defeating Los Garza, and Alex Shelley tries to help Johnny again,
Hmm.
much to the chagrin. I got a feeling that they're about to try to break up the Motor City Machine Guns.
That's what I was about to say. What you think about that? Because Chris Sabin's like, nope, I ain't on it.
I don't want to see them break up. If they break up, let them be singles. Um,
I think they both equally good, but
right. It just, but then that would diminish the tag team division and
yeah.
then oversaturate the men's division. And I don't know if
Hmm.
the writers can wrap their head around trying to make so many feuds so that you can keep up with everything. Storylines for the
Yeah.
feuds. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, Danhausen talks to the Miz about his plan for him and the Miz when Miz refuses and Dan curses him again.
Hmm.
Okay, Miz TV. Miz offers to mentor Jelly Roll. Yeah, we didn't talk about this. Um,
Hmm.
okay, now I'm cool with Jelly Roll. I'm cool with what is happening, but I mean, at the end of the day, ugh,
You don't have a match with Gunther, but you trying to get a match with Jelly Roll? Make that make sense.
yeah, yeah, that would be another reason. So they're going back and forth, and then Kit Wilson comes out, which I'm guessing they're about to have Miz and Kit Wilson, which that could help Kit Wilson.
Then
Um,
they said it's supposed to be Jelly Roll and Royce Keys.
why doesn't that surprise me? Um, because that did kind of go in the back of my head, like who doesn't have anything they're doing right now? And
Hmm.
his name kind of flashed in the back of my head as I was watching everything. But anyway, um, Apollo and that whole situation is it's gonna be fluff for WrestleMania, and I get it, but yeah.
Yeah,
Um, Apollo,
it's only certain ones I want to really see. So.
yeah, Apollo and Ilya are laughing at what just happened to the Miz, and when Mello decides to talk to Ilya about the challenge.
Hmm.
And let's see. Yeah. Cody asked Nick, "What's up with Drew?" Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going backwards. I apologize.
Hmm.
But we're gonna fly through it. It's okay. So Cody asked Nick, "What's up with Drew?" Hands him the contract. Sammy walks up to talk to Cody again, and Cody is really getting tired of Sammy. I, I
Yeah, pretty
understand it.
much.
I understand it. Cody is getting like, dude, if you want a title shot, like what are we doing?
Just say so. Yeah.
And Alistair comes and tries to talk to Cody, and which actually pisses Sammy off. And
What if it's Alistair?
huh?
What if it's Alistair he
What do
was
you mean?
talking to?
Yeah,
Randy. I don't know. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
it could be, but again, based upon what he
Yeah,
said, I'm
what he
definitely
said. Yeah,
leaning with Dad.
yeah.
Um, which then begs the question, if he shows up with Dad's family, are we gonna see a return of Dustin?
No,
I don't want to see him as Gold Dust if we do. I
no.
want to
He
see him
said
as
he is. He said he is never coming back. Well, then again, you know what? Never mind, because CM
Vince,
Punk said the same thing.
right? And then
So,
Vince is gone. So if he wanted to come back, one reason I remember him saying that he said he would never come back was because Vince always told him he would only be able to come back if he was Gold Dust. And Dustin is plenty a good wrestler. He does good
hmm.
mic work. I remember him from WCW. That was the reason why I lightweight, even though Goldust was funny and he had his shtick and he had his place, I couldn't
Hmm.
stand him because I knew the wrestling the wrestling ability of Dustin when
But
Dustin.
guess what? Guess what? They did the same thing to Dusty though.
Yeah.
So, but
So
the thing is, I'm just like, but he is also a trainer and a coach. I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Like they say never.
right. So Mi Chin takes a shot at Rhea and then BFAB intervenes. Yeah, that's leading up to what happened this week. I've been seeing the writing on the wall from that, and I told you that from the moment that she lost to Jay. We'll get more into it later. Um,
Mm,
Charlexa and the Bella twins discuss the titles, and the Bellas point out that they have next, and we'll be watching the tag match ringside, which
mm-hmm,
Charlexa ended up winning only because of the interference of the Bellas, because there was a bunch of accidental attacks that happened during the match, which you knew, like, yeah, they're sitting out at ringside. This is not gonna go the way it's supposed to go. Um,
Mm-mm.
so the match is not gonna end. But then the melee happens and everything ends with everybody uh falling victim to the irresistible forces.
Mm-hmm.
R-Truth and Damian Priest greet Jelly Roll and they get congratulated on winning the titles. And then Jelly Roll runs into Randy. And Jelly Roll Jelly Roll and Randy congratulate each other. But then he has a real serious talk with him. And whoever Randy was talking to on the phone, he definitely wanted to make amends. But
But this is this week when he attacked Cardona, right?
wait, no, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm mixing up because when they saw each other last week, they just shot the like, hey, great to see you. Been a while. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he ran
Yeah.
into Cody and he ran into Randy, right? Last week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what that was. So
Mm-hmm.
that is a on me thing. And he wished him luck. And he wished him luck on the match and won. So um Nick gives Drew some unwelcome news before he does the contract signing about the fact that he has a match with Jacob next week,
Yeah.
and the contract signing happens. Uh, Cody said so many things that opened the door to what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look at Randy and tell Randy to be. I, I, I want the Viper. Do you really? Does anybody ever really want the Viper? I mean, the Viper, the Legend Killer, whatever you call him. Does anybody really want that? I mouth may say yes. The pain that comes from that decision makes me say no. So he told him that he wanted the real Randy because he could see the conflict that was within Randy. He saw it.
Mm-hmm.
He saw it. He felt it, and he's like, dude, let me put your mind at ease. I want you to be you. That's the guy I want. That way,
Mm-hmm.
when I beat him, he basically was saying, basically, that way, when I beat him, I feel good about myself, which, Randy read between the lines and he's like, oh,
Yeah.
we're good.
You want the Viper? Okay.
Okay.
Here he is.
All right. So you think you're gonna beat me next week? You think you're gonna beat me at WrestleMania? Okay. Got it. All right. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
3, 2, 1.
And that beating was it looked very painful. It
Yep.
it was the effect of it, even though you know that, quote unquote wrestling's fake. Um, you just kind of got the vibe of God, that still gotta hurt. You could say that
Yeah.
that it's fake and it's scripted, but I know a lot of that still had to hurt, you know?
It hurts. Yeah. Not just physically, but emotionally. So,
Well, you're a wrestler. Get over it. But it's like you open that door, sir. You open that door to the destruction that came upon you. Um,
yeah.
future.
But did you notice? that the crowd cheered.
Yeah, they've been doing that for Randy for years. That's not nothing new to
I
me.
know that's what I'm saying. Like he
And
even this week, like he was dastardly, and people still cheered for him.
they love John Cena. That whole thing
Same thing. Same thing.
With Roman
Yep.
and John Cena, it started with Randy
Yeah.
and the matches that he would have. He and it got to the point to where it was either he was taking on another heel or he was taking on another face. So people were
Hmm.
confused. They're like, "What? Who do we go for? Dang it, Randy's our guy. We go over Randy."
But the
Like,
thing is, it's like they're gonna make Cody the face. I get it, but you're not gonna get cheered like the face, like a face. Randy is gonna
and
be the
that
one to get cheered.
and that is also going to open up the door, despite what people keep saying. That is going to open up the door to what?
He needs to turn.
Cody going here.
Yeah, he needs to turn. He needs a spice up in his character. You know, he needs that. And Randy, I mean Cody can be a heel because I watched the New Japan stuff and it was like, bruh, do that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah. And I was
Now,
like,
be
no more
careful
smiling.
what you wish for. Um, and the question is when he goes heel, are you going to keep him out of the title picture? And if you're not,
Well, that's up
then
to them. Me, I don't care if he's in the entire picture or not. But
but that's the thing.
um,
That might possibly be the other reason why he was getting why he was kind of getting booed because he's having that John Cena effect, that Roman effect. It's like, dude, no matter what, like, can you lose the title for a while?
yeah,
It'll be okay. Lose the
yeah,
daggone title for a while, man.
right,
My
yeah,
God, you just lost it. What do you mean you're
hmm,
getting it back? What do you
yeah,
mean you got it back? Oh wait, there's Randy. Randy ain't had it in a while, and he's been here longer than
yeah,
you. Well, all
yeah.
right, fine. Then give us Randy. Put the belt on
I
Randy.
really, yeah, I really think he's gonna get it. But you know,
Yeah, and you know, when that if and when that happens, then it'll just be a question of uh what are they gonna do with his character? Is he gonna be able is he gonna be a fighting champion or is he gonna be a champion we ain't gonna hardly see because they got to be careful with him because he does have a history of injuries and
hmm,
on top of that he's older. So that kind of fuels the whole injury situation. But with that, let's run our way. Um, Look at everything real quick and make sure everything ain't topsy turvy. I believe we are good. Yep, I believe we are good. All right. So this week's SmackDown, as we do a recap of last week. Obviously, Drew attacks Jacob as we talked about, and he issues a warning to those that screwed him over that they're all on notice. All right, now here's what I love about that, but I want to see if he's actually going to do it. The people that
hmm.
screwed him over, Solo.
Supposedly. Supposedly.
No, Drew, we know who screwed him over. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, that would be Solo.
Yep.
That would be Jay. That would be Jimmy, and that would be Roman.
He already went after Jay and Jimmy. That should be done. He needs to
Yeah,
get
but the
Roman and Solo.
right, but when he went after Jay and Jimmy, it was some attacks, but attacks without matches. So for me,
But they did have matches. Jay had a match with him on the
yeah,
day they
but
went to Netflix.
yeah, but did they have a trilogy or did they just have a match? You know these little feuds
I
usually.
mean, they had like yeah, they had like several matches, but um, they had one on the January 6th one, and then when he Drew went to SmackDown, he had a match with Jimmy, um, which Jimmy won. Jay won his match too, and then he was trying to come after him. I don't know if it was before or after, but he was trying to come after him because Jimmy had broke his toe, so he couldn't wrestle.
Right.
But
And he was also hooked up with he wasn't quite hooked up. That's when Solo was trying to recruit Jimmy, but Jimmy wouldn't.
yeah, but he was like,
And
no, he was done with
and
that.
and and he was like, I now don't think I haven't forgotten about you, but at that time Solo was going at Roman. So he's like,
Yeah,
he was like, a enemy of my enemy is my friend.
yeah.
Um,
But
so
now
but
that Roman is over on Raw with Jimmy and Jay, then now he can go after Solo. You see what I'm saying? So,
well, they're gonna have to move to MFTs. I mean,
oh, I
as
think
psycho as the Scottish Warrior is, um,
I don't
he
think Tom is gonna be there too much longer. Tom is getting tired of him.
right,
So,
and then you have the rest of the clique, what like
yeah,
JC
Tangalo.
Mateo and
I think honestly, I think Tama and Tangaloa, I think they gonna bounce because when that part when he was yelling at JC and Tama saying they lost the titles or whatever, and Tama was like, you know what, you need to get a lantern back. Tangaloa was looking at him like, I know, you ain't yelling at my brother. So I'm thinking that
well,
Tama,
technically he was yelling at all of them, which
yeah,
as powerful as he is, you yelling at Tala. Uh, mm,
mhm,
mm. That just
yeah,
that don't feel like that's a good career choice.
he'll stand over you like what?
You're like
What?
it was my fault. What? You want to repeat that?
Yeah.
I'm a little tall, so
Just stand it over. Just stand over like say that again.
I, I I felt like I might have misheard you.
Yeah.
Sometimes conversations get lost in translation with me being so tall.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
like like
It didn't
now,
come all the way up here. It didn't come all
right?
the way up here. Let me
Like
let me know what you say.
it's like, oh well, what I said was that
Yeah.
it was very unfortunate that we
You're
lost the
right.
belts because I wanted the best for you guys. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, that's what
now
I thought you said.
do me a favor. Do me a favor. Can you back up a little bit? It's getting a little hot.
Yeah.
It's like it's getting a little hot around here. It's like
Right.
I think I hear Nelly's song playing in the background. Is that what I hear?
Uh-huh.
I hear
Yeah.
Nelly. It's getting hot in here. Yes. Yes.
Let's
Oof.
dance, like
Right. So, but Drew questions a lot of things and then out comes Jacob and he hits
I know.
ringside.
I was like, ah.
and he goes on the full blown attack. And by the time it's all said and done, Drew is smashed through the announce table. So
Mm-hmm.
so that leads us up to the match with the MFTs, which, thanks to the Wyatt Six, was won by R-Truth and Priest.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well,
Damien was even Damien was even shocked, like, what? What?
right. It's like, what just happened here? What did I miss? I feel like I missed something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you missed something. That definitely happened.
Yeah.
But I would say just bask in your moment and run.
Bask
That's
in your glory. I wonder where he is. Where are you, Keith Lee?
well, he did say that there was, you remember, we read, I had that one article where we talked about the fact that he said never say never.
Mm-hmm.
I could be back, but there's no definite that I'll be back.
Yeah, I think
Well,
that COVID really messed him up. So, um,
I mean he's a big dude. I mean he's
yeah, but like he almost died from that. And, I was just thinking like if he does, Mia Yim, his wife, you know, hey, I hope he would go back to WWE. But, who knows? But
what
anyway, sorry.
judging by the way that the whole split happened, I believe I remember him talking about it in an interview. Yeah, I don't
Yeah, that was Vince McMahon's doing, not Triple H. And he was one of Triple H's people, so
true. And
but then again, look how they doing Johnny Gargano, and Johnny Gargano is one of Triple H's.
details are important.
Hmm. Indeed.
So yeah. So the Bellas speak to the people, underestimating the Bellas when Charlexa and them interrupt, and they let them know like, hey, we're gonna give you guys a solid, and we are
Yeah,
gonna
they
be out, and we're not gonna do you guys like you did us. We're not gonna be
yeah,
out
well, ice cream. They have ice cream.
and they started messing with the ice cream. Don't mess with the
Hmm.
ice
Yeah,
cream.
she was like, she took my spoon.
And Charlotte, it's fine, and gave her hers. And
Yeah.
the only thing I didn't like about that was they didn't leave it around for long enough for Alexa to go, did you just put your spoon in my
Right.
ice cream?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, is that what
Yeah.
we're doing in 2026? Really? Um, and then Danhausen comes to Johnny and Candace. Now, what did I miss with him borrowing that $20?
Oh, Johnny, or Candace was trying to get him to uncurse Johnny.
Okay, that's what I
So,
thought.
yeah.
But when I was writing it down, because I had NCAA stuff going on, and
Hmm.
I was trying to get the episode, so I just my brain was
Yeah.
on overload. I was constantly
Yeah.
pausing stuff to make sure I got everything, and it's
Yeah.
like anyway. But yeah, get the $20, and then once again, Johnny, Alex trying to check in on Johnny, and Chris is looking at him
Hmm.
like, really, dude? So
Right.
so 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 Johnny means more to you than me? Really? That's what we're doing?
Hmm.
Okay. Like you need to focus. We got a match. What are we doing?
Hmm.
And speaking of that coming up, yeah, that's an implosion is coming, but we'll talk about that after we get done talking about Sammy. Sammy is backstage and
Mm-hmm.
is asked about the Randy Cody situation, and Sammy speaks about Cody trying to be good and people not showing him no love. Heel turn coming. Um,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
especially seeing that they that different people keep pointing that out. They keep pointing out how the fans are treating him. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
heel turn is coming. Now, what will just totally blow that up is if that's just a facade to make people think that that's coming, which would be
Mm-hmm.
annoying, but that would be a good way to keep people like clamoring, like, okay, when's it gonna come? When's it gonna come? It's like, oh, it's coming. Don't worry, y'all. It's coming. Not.
Mm-hmm. But my thing is this: he's supposed to be there next week, Cody. There, he can't come in there smiling and, oh my God, Randy did this. No,
You know
he
he
gotta
never does.
be.
When he catches a beat down, when he
He
catches a
gotta
beat
come
down,
in.
he comes back that next week, and even Nick is like, Cody, no, think about your
Yeah,
title. Stop, stop,
he'll
please.
come. He needs to come in with jogging pants on, gym shoes, and like, what's up?
You
Like
know,
on site.
yeah, you know that that's the way he's gonna come. He does it every single time. Always to the chagrin of whoever the GM is. It's like, wait, no, you're gonna mess up the pay for you. No, please, no.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, it just it's here's what it is. Uh then Trick shows up again.
Mm.
And
Look at.
I I think
Look at.
I feel like personally what they need to do with that. I know that Trick has a little bit of a heel side to it. But whether it's Trick or whether it's Alistair, somebody's got to feel the wrath of Sam.
Yeah, I told you, Trick is WrestleMania. That's where they're building.
That's not. I mean, yeah, that's where they're building, but I mean, are you gonna put that on the kickoff show? It's
Do
like
they even have kickoff shows?
well, technically, but they just went back to using them as like the preview show for 2 hours instead of having like a kickoff match like they used to,
Or like,
which I think they should go back to. I think that they should during that time you should have a match or two that would give you something to do with all these wrestlers that you have on the roster. Give some people that don't get enough screen time. Go ahead and give them a good match during the kickoff shows. That way you're not reiterating
they
the
do that on they do that on AEW, and they
right,
pay-per-views wind up being 5, 6 hours.
right. And it's like, and that did used to work in the WWE. I just don't know why they stopped doing it. Um, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I digress. Fraxium
Mm-hmm.
takes on Motor City Machine Guns, and the
Mm-hmm.
breakup is coming because when Alex Shelley finds out that Candice was the reason why they won that match.
Mm-hmm.
When Chris finds out, not Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley knew. He knew.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped in the ring and he looking at Candice. She's smiling at him. And then he looked over at Chris like, oh damn, this is not this is not good. I mean, I appreciate it, but still, this is not good.
Yeah. Raise your fist.
Yeah,
Raise your fist.
Chris gonna raise a fist, all right. It's just
Right.
Alex is gonna Alex is gonna make sure he makes sure he's not in the vicinity when he does it.
Yeah. Feel the wrath. You feel the wrath.
So all right, so they do a Punk Roman recap, Then Randy
Mm-hmm.
sits in the middle of the ring and reminisces with the fans and the love that he has for the
Mm-hmm.
fans. But he's like, you know what? The love for the fans ain't what the legacy ain't isn't the true legacy. Championships is. So, I mean, yeah, do I love? Yes, part of me loves everything that I've done with every child, with every fan, all the love that the fans have given me, whether I was a face, whether I was a heel. I love you all for it. I want a title. I need to get
My
it.
15th.
I need to get my
My 15th.
15th. I need to get my 15th so that uh I'm closer to John
I can,
Cena and Ric
yeah.
Flair. And that's what needs to be done. That's what needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. I always end up getting sidetracked and distracted with all kinds of fights and little personal
Well,
vendettas and being injured and all this stuff. I want my title match.
yeah,
I
right
need
now.
I need that title, and I need it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to the Bella's irresistible forces build up. And then Matt Cardona questions Randy and his motives. And this
Mm-hmm.
opened the door to Randy losing his temper. And and
Indeed, he do.
and he was conflicted because he's like, what out of out of all the people to question me, you, the person who has no titles, gonna question me? Like,
You're like, go play with your toys.
right. No
Play
offense,
with your toys and
but
mind your business.
Cardona kind of deserved that. It's like, dude, you've done nothing in the WWE. Why are you of all people? You of all people should understand taking your moment,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to do more than be an internet sensation. Oops, too soon.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Alistair takes on Sammy, and then because of Trick being down at ringside and Trick doing what he does,
Mm-hmm.
he costs Sammy the match. Okay.
Indeed.
So, uh, now the problem with that is now everything's marred because Sammy's gonna want to prove that he can beat Alistair, but now he's gonna have to slaughter Trick to do it because as long as he's got beef with both people, Trick ain't gonna stop messing with him and costing him matches. So he's gonna have to put his head to bed and then deal with Alistair. But then by the time he gets done with Trick, will Alistair mess around and make him a minion? Which I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
the most dangerous situation that could happen in the WWE, one of the many, is if
Mm-hmm.
Sammy messes around and joins up with Alistair. Or as I thought in my head uh, before the match started, Carrying 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, when I saw how Zelina came out and saw how they were playing the music and they were doing that whole thing, the only thing that was missing was her voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that was missing from that situation. I'm like, okay. And y'all released Carrion just so just so Alistair and Zelina could seem to mirror their entrance. Kinda,
Yep.
kinda, sorta.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, it's like, it's like, okay, well, it's a thing. You're doing something. They're doing something. They're using him. Um,
Yep.
I feel like he should still have some titles, but I mean, what do I know? Um, you know, which that's what I would want. I would want him and Sammy or him or Alistair and whoever. Let them have matches, but let it be leading to a title shot or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long since they have let anything he's done lead to a title shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like guys are being a
Yeah.
little bashful there. I'm just saying, don't no need to be bashful. He can have a
Right.
title. He can have a title shot. Doesn't mean he have to win, but I mean at least put him in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Now if they were to have a match at WrestleMania and the number one contendership was on the line, okay. But you got to give it some reason. If you just making it because one Sammy, one's Trick, is like, yeah, you don't have to do that at WrestleMania. I'm just saying.
Mm.
Give it some
Oh
oomph.
no.
Give it some
Yeah.
oomph. Give it some kick. Give it some kick. Remember, Triple H said things were changing. There you go. You put people put people in the match at WrestleMania. If they ain't going directly for a title, they better be the next number one contender. Just
Yeah.
give it a little spice. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so Cardona demands Randy, but Aldis
Mm-hmm.
says no, and Mello demands to know why the challenge was shut down, and that's because someone got in his ear and said, "You know what? I want that shot," which saddened me
Why?
because I knew he wasn't going to win. It's
No, he
like,
could have.
no, I know he could have, but I knew he wasn't going to.
Mm.
It's like, y'all got this run going with Mello. And then he finally takes the match out of nowhere when even just last week he explained the reason why he wasn't going for the title. Okay. You can
Mm-hmm.
try to fool me, but remember, I am a long time watcher. I'm not saying I'm
Mm.
never wrong. All I'm saying is I'm usually a lot more right than I am wrong. Just saying, not gloating, not rubbing it in anybody's face, not acting like I'm the Nostradamus of wrestling fans. I'm saying, if I played the lottery the way I predicted wrestling, I wouldn't need to work another day of my life, and neither would any of my kids or their kids' kids. That's all I'm saying. Just putting that out there,
Yeah.
just putting that in the air. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Now occasionally I do wave it like I just don't care. Occasionally, I try not to. That's too much bravado. I try not to be like that. That's just not my way. But I do kind of wave it a little bit, like, hey, called it. All right. So the irresistible forces, as far as they are concerned, they laughing at any and all current opponents even trying to come at them because they stand no shot, especially the bougie bully, as she is called, the
Mm-hmm.
bougie bully. She's definitely completely and utterly feeling herself, and she's not understanding how any of these people think that they have a snowball's chance in hell of beating them. You know, and that includes the Kabuki Warriors and Lyra and
Mm-hmm.
Bailey. Like they do understand that they are on the radar, Um, which do you think that they should get a long run?
I think they should get a significant one.
What's your idea of significant?
Like maybe till SummerSlam. I mean,
Ooh, well,
depending on how they you know, defend them and carry them and stuff like that. But so far they doing
oh,
good. I
oh,
would
so
say
you,
at least till SummerSlam.
so you talking at least 6 months? Yeah,
Hmm.
okay, all right, all right, all right. I can respect that. La, 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 la. The bougie bully has definitely earned that level of a run because for her to go all the way, for her to be as good as she was, and she pretty much went through NXT without holding a title.
A title, yep. So that's yeah.
um, yeah, I can see them giving her more shine on a higher stage.
Hmm.
That would be a like, hey, I'm sorry we didn't, you know, we just had too many people and we kept bringing new people in. So it just got to the point where
Hmm.
those people that have been there for a while, y'all kind of just got lost in the sauce. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's like but hey, you got lost in the sauce and yet we still moved you up. Ha ha ha
Yep.
ha 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 ha. So
Yep.
Jade decides to come to the ring and she's like, you know what? I'm not uh we're not gonna take all day with this. Rhea, get your butt out here. Get your butt out here because I'm tired of you. I'm tired of your mouth. So then they start to have a conversation, and Rhea wants to know. Speaking of fighting, Rhea's like, "We are going to actually fight today, aren't we? You
Hmm.
know, I'm not out here to. We've been talking enough, and I just like this one comedian. He said, uh, I think he said it during a comedy show. He's like, I don't like your face. No, 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 no,
Hmm.
no, no, no. It was Hannibal Buress, and he was talking about Pete. Pete, I can't remember his last name. He's a comedian, used to be on SNL, used to
Davidson.
yeah,
Davidson.
yeah.
Hmm.
So and he was basically roasting him on the roast, and he's like I've never liked you, Pete Davidson. I don't like your face. It's
Hmm.
like, all right, okay. It's like it's pretty
Right.
blunt and very mean because it's like you don't really have a it's like, he seemed like a cool guy and everything, nice personality. I talked to him, I met him. He seemed pretty cool, but I just don't like you. It's like I just don't like your face. That's my reason for not
Hmm.
liking you. It's like and now speaking of, you remember I told you a while ago, the first time that B-Fab lost to Jay and her reaction when Michan was trying to hype her up.
Yeah.
She ended up losing to her twice. And
Yeah.
that reaction after losing that second time, all of a sudden she was very reserved. She didn't have a whole lot
Yeah.
she wanted to say.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it
I
was
I was thinking. I was thinking that she was gonna turn on Mia Yim.
Well, but and you told me that. I said no, she's gonna end up joining up with Jade,
Hmm.
and
No, I figured that B5 was gonna join up with Jay, but I thought that Meechin was not gonna go in that direction.
Yeah, but when I saw her say what she said to Rhea, I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. Got them sour grapes going.
Yeah.
It's like you keep trying to get to a title, and now somebody from somewhere else is coming and taking your 10th time of trying to go for a title and fight somebody you don't like. So now they in the way. So
Hmm.
now they become the desire for your ire. It's like,
Hmm.
even though technically they shouldn't, it's not their fault that you couldn't beat the person. Because in this
Right.
case, you couldn't beat the person. They were not cheating. They were not doing anything to cheat you. She was just beating you straight up. And that just goes to show, we've talked about this a few times. Another reason why I don't like outside interference is because it hurts you more when you get beat straight up.
Hmm.
It hurts your head so much more when you get beat straight up because you like, what can I do? Like, there's nothing I could do
If
to
you can't beat them, if you
I
can't
can't
beat them,
win.
John.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember from that moment that she was that Misha was trying to talk to her, trying to hype her up, and she was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. And then she put her hood up on her head and she walked away, and I'm like, uh-oh. Like, yeah, Jade. I see the first member of Jade's clique. Just the question
Hmm. The
is
baddies.
they took they sweet to say they took they sweet time is an understatement.
Hmm.
Um, but what's done is done. Bottom line, it happened.
Yeah.
So now now she got her baddies as you as your memory serves you so well to call them. Um, but but and plus that keeps BFAB employed again for a
Yeah.
while. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is, right? Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what ends up happening is she challenges her to a fight and Rhea says not today, which when she said not today, she meant not at that moment because
Hmm.
Michin and BFAB come down and everybody thinking, oh yeah, oh
Hmm.
yeah, they about to force her to get back in there and fight Rhea. And
Yeah.
uh-oh, what are y'all
When
about to
she started, when she started smiling, I was like, okay, I get
Yeah,
it.
it was like I wasn't completely watching it, but I was like I saw the way they were coming down, and they were just they didn't seem like they were really coming at Jade. On top of that,
Right.
they were just walking down. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, this has a too easy feel to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too easy. Mm-mm. Nope. So and then they started surrounding the ring and
Hmm.
then the crowd started reacting like, "Oh no."
Hmm.
Now, this does beg the question because another thing that's becoming clear, Rhea is not winning at WrestleMania
Hmm.
because okay, you done got her the title. Okay, then just before WrestleMania, you get her with a click, and then y'all gonna have her lose to Rhea at WrestleMania? Cha, you know what? Not happening. Calling my shot right now.
Okay.
So, oh, wait a minute. I forgot. You be on the blogs more than I do. Have you heard something? You kind of said that. You kind of remind me of this dude, Colin Cowherd. He does sports, and usually when his moderator like questions something, and he'll have this smug way of answering, and he'd have been with him so long that he know enough to know, like, wait, you know something I don't. And he'd be like,
Mm.
oh no,
No.
I was just disagreeing with you. But even the
Yeah.
way he disagreed with him, it's like, you know something.
I don't know anything, I promise. I'm just saying that, it can go either way.
Okay.
And it's
Which it,
so
it can,
yeah,
you're right. And uh but 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 I feel like if she does lose the title to Rhea, what was the point of giving her the baddies?
that's true.
You basically you given her the baddies in my humble opinion based upon my historical knowledge as a wrestling fan. What do the baddies do? They help the champion stay champion, which means you
Yep.
just took the mystery to some extent. You took the mystery out of the match.
Hmm.
You would have been better off letting them fight and then letting the baddies show up at WrestleMania.
Hmm. Yep. No, you're
I
right.
mean, now the problem with that would have been you let you let Rhea lose straight up, and then if you let her lose straight up, do you bring them in necessarily at WrestleMania because somebody else tries to step up? How do you do it?
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like with especially if all that animosity was real, then let them solve it themselves.
I know it'd be so funny if Bianca come back.
And then where would her allegiance lie? Especially seeing that the WWE got this bad habit of we know that we painted a picture on a skit, but yeah, we're not going
Hmm.
with that anymore.
Right.
So I don't know. All
I don't
right.
know either.
So Kit talks to Miz, who is spooked. He's believing that Danhausen has definitely cursed him.
Hmm.
When Danhausen offers to lift it, it's like, you sure? Like, hey, I can lift this for you. And then they try to tell him that there is no curse, but then he leaves, and then a
Hmm.
ladder falls
And it
behind
falls
him.
on it.
It,
Yeah.
it fell behind him first, and then that spooks the Miz, and he's like, hey, maybe you should go out the ringside by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And learn to do things on your own, which is like completely hilarious coming from the Miz. So
Right.
um so then as soon as Kit decides, okay, I'm gonna listen to you, then the ladder falls on.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that. I could definitely see the Miz going, I really don't like you. I don't believe that there's a curse, so I'm not going to ask you to lift something that I don't believe in. But
Hmm.
what I am going to do for you is I will be your mentor, and
Hmm.
hopefully the curse that I don't believe in will get lifted.
Right.
Which I don't like the idea, even for the Miz. But if it keeps Miz relevant, and I'm sure that the Miz will figure out how to keep it funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm just like, I don't know about all this.
Hmm.
Not, I don't know if I'm a fan. Um, how, uh, how, uh, how he say it? I mean, just being honest. Uh-oh. So, so yeah, Solo is not happy, yelling at people. We talked about this earlier. We'll run through it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, but like you said, Tama looks at him. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Bro, um, we've been going through all this, and now it cost us the tag titles.
Yep.
How about we give them their lantern back, then go back and get our titles?"
Yeah, because this is your fault. Because you
Yeah,
won't you holding on to that lantern, and all they want is it. They want it back. So
and I think that that's
yeah.
where it's gonna come in. The
Mm-hmm.
details are important. Yes, they are going to lose. Solo's gonna lose the MFTs, but uh, Uncle Howdy never said how.
Right.
He didn't tell him. Yeah, you gonna use you're gonna lose your buddies over there because of you and your ego
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because
and
he's starting to sound like Roman. He was like, what? He like, what?
that's everybody's claim
And
to fame. It's like you really want to piss somebody off. You tell somebody
mhm.
that is related to Roman, like, hey, dude, you sound like Roman. Like,
Yeah.
what motherfucker,
Yeah.
man? If, telling me
uh
I sound like Roman. What mother?
yeah.
Lucky
And
we
then
on
it
TV.
hmm and then he was like, and then as they were he was about to, I guess, answer him, Jacob and Jerusalem brawling through the
Right.
picture.
Yeah. And yeah. And wow. Yeah. And then that gets us to the match again. Predictability. Predictability sucks. I don't like predictability.
Hmm.
Mello versus Ilya. Ilya win. I mean, Mello wins, and now Ilya is laying there like I knew it all along, and now he's even further in the dumps than he was. Like, see,
Hmm.
I should have stuck with my gut. Now I've ruined my opportunity. Which Mello is cool with it. It's like, good, finally, back of the line. I don't have to
Yeah.
see you for a while. Like, and if they want to take him heel, they could probably make it where he goes, yeah, my plan worked. My plan worked,
Hmm.
and you completely fell for it. And
Yeah.
that could get him all riled up to like come back at him like after WrestleMania, something like that.
Hmm.
Uh, give him some time to have some other matches and complete the re the re heel turn, the return to
Hmm.
being a heel, whatever. So yeah, this is what I got mixed up because I essentially basically wrote the same thing. I feel like I wrote the same thing looking at it. Jelly Roll
Hmm.
congratulates Priest and Truth, and then Jelly runs into Randy, and because of the respect that Randy has for Jelly, he listened to what he had to say. But the sad part is, even I knew the whole time he was talking, and especially
Yeah.
when he turned around and said, "You know what? I'm gonna make this right." I went,
Of course you are.
like you didn't beat him enough last time. I get it. You didn't really beat him like you wanted to. There was part of you, the voices, but you knew it was like he punched him, and then he wanted to attack him more, but he was fighting the voices. It's like, no, this is not the desire of my ire. And the voices are like,
Hmm.
screw him, get him. And then what does Jelly Roll go and do? Go, hey, you go and make this right. This is not you. I know you. No, you don't. You just met him. You just met him
Right.
you just met him. You're a couple of a few WWE appearances ago. You don't know Randy.
Right.
Like if you think you know Randy, that proves you don't know Randy. Because anybody that
Mm-hmm.
knows Randy knows that they don't know Randy. You know, heck, his wife even proved that because she was so shocked at Randy and what he might or might not do at home that she actually posted. Did you see that real video of him being outside? I guess outside his house, and he called himself dancing.
Yeah.
And she sneaks
Yeah.
out there with the phone, like, got him. It's like, yeah, Randy,
Yep.
you might be the Viper, you might be the Legend Killer, but nobody mistakes you for having rhythm.
Right.
um,
Rhythm is gonna get you.
yep. No, that'd be the one thing to defeat Randy. Just saying.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so, Seth Brock Oba recap. Why it was needed on SmackDown, I don't know, but I guess. Um, Bottom line, they did the recap. We've already talked about it. It's
Hmm.
whatever. All right. So
Hmm.
Kit Wilson calls out Jelly Roll, and Jelly Roll goes down, and what was originally thought was going to be a fight turned into a poetry slam.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. It fit Kit Wilson. It's like you thought this was going to be a fight. I fight with
Yeah.
my words. So we will
Hmm.
have. Now, he didn't need to do that one move when he said poetry slam. He did not. It's like, we're having a poetry slam. It's like, dude, that wasn't needed. Seriously. It's like, like I want to like you.
Yeah.
You're a good wrestler. I wanna have some like for you. Never do that again. Just never do that again. And bottom line, Kit didn't like how it went. And
Yeah.
that takes us to Kiana, who is really getting pissed off at Julia because Julia's
Hmm.
been berating her since her loss to Tiffany last week. And
Hmm.
and then Chelsea walks up offering to help.
Oh my God. And Naya.
So Julia told her that she did not need her help and walked off. And then, unfortunately for Chelsea, her and Alba didn't realize that Chelsea was in Naya's way. So hopefully, Alba was able to catch her wherever
Yeah.
she pushed her to. And then that takes us to Jelly Roll demanding, like, I want Kid Wilson. He's got Kid Wilson. And
Hmm.
which means that there will be no Kit Wilson without the Miz. Which, as you said, there's rumors going around that there will be a emergence for a partner,
Hmm.
and I don't see that match going well. If you are right, I don't see that match going well
Yeah.
for the Miz and Kit. Which I mean,
Hmm.
Miz is just having fun at this point.
You're right.
He don't have to do everything everybody else is doing, and I think he's got to the point where he's just having fun. he he's
Hmm.
he's just having fun, just doing what he's doing. uh, and the irresistible forces versus the Bellas.
Hmm.
Hmm, yeah. What'd you think of that match?
Um, it was okay.
uh Remind
I
me.
wasn't really I wasn't really paying attention, sorry.
Oh crap, that kills my next question because I forgot to write down who won or lost.
Oh, The irresistible forces won.
Okay, so I did remember right.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't remember if I just didn't write it down.
Mm-hmm.
So uh so now what does that mean for the Bellas?
Oh, they fighting Charlexa next week.
Mhm. Which is probably gonna make it a triple threat at WrestleMania for the titles.
There you go.
Because while it's true that the Twin Magic didn't work against the Irresistible Forces, the only way it could be a triple threat is if the Twin Magic works next week. So, or if the Irresistible Forces do something stupid like interfering in the match,
Mm-hmm.
they have options.
Yeah.
Frankly, they should just let it play out. But we know that's not what heel champions do. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
Randy gets off the phone with someone. I still say it's his
Mm-hmm.
daddy, but you know, I could be wrong. Maybe he's got some young sibling coming up in the ranks. But the way he's
And you
talking
know,
to
got a
him though,
brother.
the the
Yeah.
way the way he's talking to him though is like it's a person he respects, a person he respects and listens to. Although it could also just be the voices.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm not sure why he would need a cell phone to talk to them, but I digress. You know, it is 2026.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Touche.
no crazy shaming.
All right.
I mean, Blake was looking in a mirror when she was talking to her crazy. So I mean, let's see.
Mm-hmm.
They did a preview of next week, and then Randy comes out and he wants to apologize to Matt Cardona, which
Mm-hmm.
which yeah, that's all I could do when he called out Matt Cardona because I knew it was like, yeah, I knew. So he calls him out and he apologizes. And I'm looking at Matt and I'm like, Matt, back up. Tell him to back up. Give you space while he apologizes. Don't don't shake his hand. Don't shake his hand. Don't hug him. Don't do any of these things. Get away from him, Matt. For Christ's sake. Good God, get away. And Matt just did not want to listen at all. He did not want to listen because he unfortunately he believed the hype. He believed what was he believed the hype and he believed exactly what was happening. That Randy Orton, the guy that nobody should trust as far as they could throw him, was being 100% genuine, that he wanted to give a genuine apology. Shame on you, Matt Cardona.
But
Shame
he's
for
my
shame.
friend. He's my friend.
He's the reason why you took a beating. And then the lack of paying attention done by the officials.
Yeah.
He's beating him. He gets out a chair.
Yep.
Okay. He puts it across Matt's arm.
He
They
did.
they get Randy to calm down. The whole time you got like 20 people in the ring. I'm yelling for one person, because all it takes is one
Yep.
person. Move
Yep.
the chair.
Yep.
Move the chair.
Yeah, they
I
didn't want to.
I get that you're trying to calm down Randy, but one of you move the chair.
They ain't want to.
Clearly. And what ended up happening with that was now Matt's going to be out for a while because
Well,
Randy stomped all of heaven and hell out of that chair. So
yeah,
it's pretty clear that Matt's probably going to be gone for a while.
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. And he's probably going to come back and he's going to be really angry.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't come back as Zack Ryder. But
Hell no.
but yeah, the Viper was the Viper, and then we get to the very end of SmackDown because they finally get Randy away from the ring when all of a sudden Nick and officials have to run outside because Drew have decided to fight outside the parking lot on another business's property
Mm-hmm.
up near their office doors, which is
Him and Jacob.
yeah, which is up,
Mm-hmm.
which unfortunately for them, the business couldn't have been like down on the ground. It had to be
Mm-hmm.
it, it had to be raised up with a stairwell
Mm-hmm.
and just a little a banister of sorts on the other side. Yeah, because two people should be fighting there. Because
Yeah.
you won't get any dangerous ideas fighting
Well, they
somewhere.
had a crash. They had a crash pad.
So they end up fighting. Of course, the fence that Drew and Jacob got over, there was no way that Nick and the officials couldn't have gotten around that fence so that they could have
Of
tried
course
to
not.
get their hands on Jacob and Drew. So Jacob and
No.
Drew, kind of like fighting in the ring, end up fighting on the outside. And then what happens? Well,
Drew.
Drew gets
Well,
knocked off and makes sure that he doesn't go
yeah.
alone.
Yeah. He's taking Jacob with him.
So now there's a question of how long is it gonna be before we see either one of them again?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, hmm, interesting. But okay, all right. So, due to that recap, well, actually, the recap wasn't really the recap. I don't think. I think it was Raw. Raw went a little long. We had so much to talk about on Raw. I feel like
Yeah. Yeah.
Raw went long. Everything else was pretty
Yeah.
good, but Raw went long. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, we're having fun. We're having fun doing what we do. So I mean, it is what it is, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yes, it is.
but with that, I'm gonna let you prepare and get ready for your the rest of your night with your family and get I'm sure you got to
Mhm.
get ready for work and all that. But
I do.
uh hey, some people don't have those issues and they want them badly.
I
Um
know. I know. I get it.
so well no, I wasn't speaking like more in general. I was talking about moi. So because I
Oh,
because I haven't worked in 3 weeks.
yeah.
So yeah,
Oh no.
so yeah, so I'm looking. It just it's just
Yeah.
not getting the answer that I desperately need. So
Yeah.
uh so yeah, with that, we will talk about tonight is going to be Super Sunday. We will talk about Super Sunday on next week's
Mm-hmm.
episode. With that, I am Dante Suave. This is Tasha Jones. This is another episode of Wrestling Kingdom, and we bid you adieu.
Good you.
And start undermining your words.